Guys, what's going on? Hope you guys had a good weekend, man. Hold on, guys. Let me see here. Let me drop the link for people in the Discord first. Let me see. So, guys, we'll do the first like 35 minutes for people that are in the Discord. Let me see. Guys, today's going to be a fun and interesting topic, right? Guys, here. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, here's the link to that. Let me see here. Michael, what's up, dude? Let me see. Steve, what's up, man? D Nice is here. What's up, man? Reza is here. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. You guys are here early. Around, man. Let me do this. Josh says these Theo4s are not designed to lead. Yeah, fact. Yep. It's true. Guys, 9 times out of 10, if there's any stressful situation, chicks will fold. Period. You know what I'm saying? Or if they have to sacrifice, like I watched the story of this dude, I think it was like a Spanish dude, and someone had blown up like the ammo of these Germans of that certain time period, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna take 26 of the townsfolk and execute them unless someone comes forward. This totally innocent guy said, I did it. And sacrificed himself to save everyone else. You know what I'm saying? These 304s do have the capacity to do that. Mark, no, dude. Omar, she's married to some white dude. Even though she says cisgender hetero white men are the most dangerous people on earth, right? Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Let me see. Whiteout, what's up, man? Let me see. Tim Hicks, what's up, dude? Dante's here. What's up, man? John Carlos here. Tall Starlight's here. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Eric, Brent, what's going on, guys? Jeff's here. Box here. What's going on, everybody? So, guys, well, first things first, guys. I am doing memberships on the channel now, guys. So you're gonna get custom emojis like Bianca and a couple of the others. I'll keep adding regular channel mascots as custom emojis. So, guys, memberships, you'll also get, all the basic YouTube member stuff. But guys, I'll do members only, like fireside chat / rants. You know what I'm saying? So you guys will see members only content coming on the channel. Guys, if you are currently active on Locals, I will give you a free membership. But guys, Locals, it just wasn't working for me as much. The interface, the people didn't like it much, and then it was just not really what I wanted it to be. So, guys, we do have YouTube memberships, guys. So please consider subbing today. I'd appreciate that. And then what was the other thing guys? So, Red Door, what's up, my friend? Red Door, you have to give me a sound effect that you're okay with me using for you. Because anything that I can think of that's like Native American is like horribly racist.
Yeah.
So yeah, please, help me out there. Terrell, what's up, man? Let me see. So, guys, let's look at this here. Iceland Minister Child. So this is what brought this up. Okay? I hope they actually have an actual article here. Someone else had put that some mayor had just got busted for DUI. Look at this, guys.
Yeah, I put that up.
Look at this.
Þannig svo að ég hef ákveðið og sem sagt láti forsætisráðherra vita af því
So
að
she's retired. I mean, she's resigning. Guys, look. She was the Iceland's minister
Oh, I'm impregnated by it.
for children. Resigns after it was revealed that she got impregnated by a teen. Guys, look at
Wow.
that.
Oh my God.
Admitted to having a child with a 16-year-old when she was 23. And even made him pay child support for 18 years.
Oh my God.
Guys, get the I try to not swear, but get the fuck out of here, man. What? Demons, man. Demons.
I
What?
knew somebody once that happened to him. He was like underage, and the woman that pretty much took advantage of him made him pay child support.
Yeah, I knew a girl in college. She got pregnant by a 15-year-old, and he was like, he's a man up. So he's 15. So his dad had to. Not only did she not go to jail, but his dad had to pay her child support. She only did 89 days as a minister. Guys, I also have this story on Instagram. Hold on.
Which means she basically started doing that right out of the gate.
Look at this, guys. Where are we? Where's the story here? Hold on. Here it is. Look at this. Now, guys, he was 16 when she had the baby. That means he was 15 when she got pregnant.
Wow.
Look at that. So many female PDF files living among us. Society doesn't talk about it. Iceland's minister for children has resigned after admitting she had a child with a teenager more than 30 years ago. Astilda said in an immediate interview she has first started her relationship with the boy when he was 15 years old. And she was a 22-year-old counselor at a religious group which he attended. She then gave birth to his child when he was 16 and she was 23. She says, it's been 36 years. A lot of things changed in that time, and I would definitely have dealt with those issues differently. Isn't it funny how she's using that as a defense? But anytime a guy says that for anything, for even a tweet that might come off as, what is this? All of a sudden it's,
how dare you?
Right? Please.
I was young and dumb. Lady, you were 28 years old.
Yeah.
But if it's a 14-year-old kid, a guy did that, man, it would haunt him for the rest of his life.
Guys, how about the fact that nowadays, if a 14-year-old boy receives risque pictures from a 14-year-old girl, guys, who goes to jail? Him or her?
Him.
Exactly. He had a felony on his record for the rest of his life. Look at that.
And this is the last person that should be working around kids.
Look, and guys, here's this absolute knucklehead. So, to be honest, I see nothing wrong here. I'm a male. No one died. A life was created. Times were a lot different. The end. Guys, come on.
What a simp.
What are you talking about? What are you...
Beta male.
What are you talking about? Someone says, check this guy's hard drives.
I hate social media so much. It gets all the deviants and scum out of the woodwork. It used to be just a village idiot would stand on that box, but now social media lets all these morons say whatever they want.
That's just like the whole Blue Sky thing. I haven't been on Blue Sky, but they say that is literally, PDF haven over there, and all these libs went over there after the whole Elon thing, and they said that the worst degenerates are on Blue Sky.
Sad. Yeah.
I am on LinkedIn and Zuckbook, and I only have close family and friends there.
Yeah. Look at that. Someone says, so she walks and smiles like she didn't essay a child. How can the world not treat her the same as males? Look at that. Because she's a woman.
Yep.
Look at that. Disgusting. Someone says modern effinists are just modern, kitty diddlers. Look at
And
that.
how did
guys.
she even get the job without a thorough background into this stuff?
I don't know, man. Look at that.
I'm a woman.
So yeah, guys. Now, guys, we all know, the whole premise of this live stream, right?
A woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
I mean, let's be honest, right? There's truer words have never been spoken. And guys, hold on.
Hey guys, I just stopped in real quickly. Good to see everybody. Take care.
All right, buddy. Take it
Oh,
easy.
good to see you, bro.
Now, guys, you guys know who's been really, really, really acting stupid as of late,
Ah,
right?
here we go.
Guys, the only thing worse than a B-dub is a B-dub in office, right? Come on, man. Come on, dude.
And AJ, as we go through this, watch that beautiful fake weave just
Yeah.
flapping in the wind.
Blowing in the wind, man.
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
make sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. We will go to, guys. We have a 10 super chat, or 100 like goal, and then we will go to 304 TikTok. Guys, once again, we have memberships now, guys. So make sure to head over and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that.
They should have a weave that's like Batman's cape on the Christopher Nolan movies.
They can fly with it.
Where B-Dubs can jump off the building and then glide.
I just wish that they'd jump off a building. I mean, come on now. Let's see. One second,
funny.
guys. There we are. Okay. So look at this, guys. Sis Thunderhead here. She's talking all kinds of mess, right? Just acting a complete ass. Yes, John Carlo. Yes, this is the knucklehead from Texas.
This is Jasmine Crockett, the representative from Texas's 30th Congressional District. Currently, the Democrat Party is in disarray and is desperate for someone to lead the Resistance 2.0. And it looks like Jasmine Crockett is stepping up.
So, unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House and is
Hopefully, I don't think this is gonna get the stream taken down because it's his video, right? So
No.
obviously-
I've gone through his before, and he doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't copyright strike. He's fine.
The white woman on the left, she looks like she has no idea what's even happening.
as far as I'm
Oh yeah, because he has the gray. Look at that. Wait, you guys can't see it, but he has the gray on the sides. Okay.
concerned, he is an enemy to the United States.
Steve, thanks for the membership, man. I appreciate that.
He swore an oath just like the rest of us. But right now, when you are literally putting us at risk, all because of what? Because you want to convince your followers that you should be a dictator too, that you should never leave the White House because you don't believe that elections should take place. I don't really understand what is going on, and I don't know what it's going to take to get people to wake up.
Oh my God, she's perfect.
Trump just said a few minutes ago, we'll get Greenland one way or another. What's your response?
Did y'all vote for another war? Because I don't know who about to fight that war, but I'm not going. So y'all need to be paying attention.
God, B-Dubs just can't purport themselves with any kind of class.
Look at this, guys.
Look at what she's wearing too. It's
Yeah.
like just
Yep.
goofy.
Look at that.
Dude is like really psychotic.
Trump never said or even implied that we're going to annex or go to war with Greenland. But this is what Democrats do.
Yeah, but you guys saw Joy Reid is like, if we go to war with Canada, we might lose, please.
You've been You've been took. You've been
Are you serious, guys? Hold on. Where is it on where is it on Twitter when she said this? Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Let's talk. First of
Don Lesbian.
Oh,
and friggin',
God.
friggin',
Mr. Smelly Finger.
I don't even know who you, Mr. Smelly Finger. I don't even have a name for Joy. Oh yeah, Don Lesbian and Flavor Flav over here. Lemon Nation, please. Don Lesbian Nation, please. Guys, who roots for this guy? Who?
He does look more like a lesbian now than on TV.
Man.
And the sad part about it is Joy Reid's hairline, like Don Lemon looks more feminine than Joy Reid.
Yeah, I was gonna say Joy Reid looks
just
like
on
more,
hairline alone. Look, she has that blonde hair, making it look even worse. She doesn't have a 4 head. She has a 7 head.
Well, guys. So 2 weeks ago, Top G was on the Hodge Twins podcast, and this week they had Jesse Lee Peterson, dude. 3 hours of the greatest entertainment you will ever see in your life, man.
You can't make Canada the 51st state without going to war with them. And let me explain how that happened, how that worked out the last time we tried to go to war with Canada. They burned the White House to the ground in 1814.
Is she serious?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
That was England, you dummy. What are you talking about, guys? Some people are as dumb as they look. Look at that.
And won the war. Canada beat us in the War of 1812.
Oh my God.
Is she serious
She's
right
serious.
now?
You've been had.
Oh my
You've
God.
been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Guys, I know I have
And
a lot
Don
of...
Lemon's not contesting it either.
AJ, it says the War of 1812 was a conflict between the United States and Great Britain.
Yes, in Britain, yeah.
Primarily over maritime rights and British support for Native American tribes
But we
lasted
knew-
from 1812 to...
Yeah, but like everyone knows that. But here's the thing, guys. I'm all my Canadian friends and subscribers, guys. And there's a reason why no country on earth has the balls to directly attack the United States of America. Guys, we have the lowest enlistment rate in the history of our military. We could smoke 3/4 of the world all by ourselves, right? If Canada mess with us, cooked. If Mexico mess with us, cooked. Guys, what? Matter of fact, we have a huge chunk of the military that's just waiting for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You guys know how many of these admirals, generals, colonels, and majors, they were in these Afghanistan and Iraq type wars where we can't really win. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't really have but give us an actual, reason. You know what I'm saying? Where someone messes with us and there is no politics. It's over.
And all the northern states would love that. Montana, they're all those rednecks. They will love that.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Speaking of that, one of my favorite stories was after World War II, and between after World War II, between the Korean War, General Douglas MacArthur literally wanted to drop bombs on everybody, man.
No, he said, let's keep going through Japan and get China and Russia. Let's do it now.
He's like,
they called them off. He's like, guys, we can do it. They're cooked. Why not?
Nuke
they had to reel him in. He was itching for a reason.
He was ready.
Yeah. So I know, because we all know Douglas MacArthur. He was the I Have Returned guy, right? Or was that?
I think so.
The guys, he came in to the Philippines and into Japan. He said he was ready to rock. He was ready to rock. That's like Patton. You know what I'm saying? Patton, he was up in friggin' Western Europe kicking some ass, So
yeah, there was he was the one who was the one where there was a race to be the first unit to cross over into France. To cross from France into Germany, and he didn't make. I think he was like the second or third person, but he stopped his troops, and then he walked onto the bridge, unzipped his pants, took a leak in front of everybody into the river, and then kept on walking, and was the first person of his unit to walk over into Germany. It's literally a race to see whose unit can be the first ones to get to go through France and get to Germany first.
They probably like their chances against us.
How high do you have to be? Like, guys,
She looks
what's
high.
What up with bath salts or friggin' what guys? What do you think she's on right here? Seriously, guys, I want to know in the chat. You guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Once again, guys, we have memberships, guys. Check those out, guys. And yeah.
We're not going to beat them in a war because we have never been able to do that. You'd have to occupy a country that is equivalent of the size of the United States, in which the top 2/3 of it is uninhabited, frozen forest land.
Is that look at some of the
That makes no sense.
replies, please.
So it says, and so no wonder they both got fired from their job. So it says, these two have history all wrong. Britain burned the White House. Yeah, look at that. Someone says, so no matter how stupid you expect Jory to be, sometimes you look at people and wonder how did they fit all that stupid into one head. Facts. Look at that. A few facts.
Canada has 40.1 million people. California has 39.7 million people.
Look at that. Guys, man, we would look at that. The United States currently has close to 3 million troops. They have 90,000 counting reserves.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. You could even get American civilians over.
Yeah.
If all the rednecks in Montana, Idaho,
That's
Oklahoma, and Wyoming, and Texas got on a bunch of trucks, a bunch of F-150s, they could take over Canada. Come on,
I go
man.
shooting
What are you
and stuff.
doing?
I live in New Hampshire and I go shooting and stuff, and we always joke about we're going to be ready. Like, we actually train for well, when the Canadians invade, we'll be ready. Like, some of those northern states, man.
Richard, hold on.
Civilians
Richard
would be
Brown.
like, fine.
Landmass has nothing to do with it, dude. The majority of Canada's population is on the East Coast. You take out Ottawa and Quebec, it's over. It's over. We don't need to occupy the rest of the country. They don't matter. Sorry, my sub who lives in Calgary. You know your name. Sorry, dude, but yeah, you don't matter, dude. You don't matter. And plus, all you need to do is have a couple of small platoons or garrisons up there. You know what I mean? But you don't have to, guys.
It's very like doable without even like real military.
But Canadians aren't even up in the Northwest Territory. You think that we need to garrison troops there? Are you dumb?
You could take over Nova Scotia in like a weekend.
The Canadian Air Force is scary. That beast. Guys, I'm telling you, man. People, they don't understand. Canada has 2 major highways that have cut would cripple Canada.
Who said that they live in New Hampshire here? Who said that?
Snowboard, I do.
Oh yeah. So do people in New Hampshire hate the French Canadians as much as the people in Maine do? Because I was up in Caribou, Maine last year, and you don't even want to say the words Quebec or French up there because they'll just go off.
Yeah. Everyone complains about them. Quebec kind of wants to actually be its own country, so they kind of hate everybody. They're just kind of snobs. Yeah, no one likes them really.
Yeah, I was in Montreal. I visited a friend in Montreal in 2022. It was the worst, dude. The absolute worst. If you don't speak French, they hate you.
Yeah, they hate. Yeah, they're actually kind of xenophobic, actually, in their own way.
I'm as dumb as a box of rocks. Someone says, I think my local police department could take Canada. Facts. Facts.
You know,
honestly, a lot of Canadians, they wouldn't even want to fight. They're like, well, what
Yeah.
are we really going to do?
Yeah. So
no, that kind of
stupid.
goes to what I was about to say. A lot of the conservative Canadians, dude, they would take the Americans.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
They'd
yeah.
be like, hey, we're up in Calgary or in friggin' Saskatchewan, and all of a sudden, all you hear is,
yeah.
Straight up, dude. You know, guys, I honestly believe
They would just
that
offer
the
you a box
people
of whiskey and they'd be fine.
in the western part of Canada are actually more American than these knuckleheads that are living in California. You know?
Yeah.
They're more about freedoms. They're more about family values. They're more about hard work. You know what I'm saying? Capitalism, all the things that we like here.
Well,
so
remember that truckers protest?
Well, yeah,
They basically wanted to be like Americans.
Yeah, yep. And they still never gave that money back. So, yeah, guys, make sure to hit the like button. I'd appreciate that.
What is happening? Like, this is not America. This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the up, because I'm
I wish someone would
yeah.
slap her. Yeah.
ready to get on with it.
Not only is Jasmine Crockett the Democrats' new leader, but I think we may have found the top Democrat presidential contender.
They're telling us that, oh, no, we're going to run the federal government like a business. Well, let me talk to you about the people that are...
Look at those Eagles claws, those raptor claws.
Freddy Krueger, yeah.
What a joke. What a
allegedly
joke.
running this business, because the federal government ain't a business. But let me clarify. If it was, I don't want it run like the president has run businesses. The president, it's my understanding, has filed bankruptcy 6 times.
However, this is highly misleading, as Trump himself...
Yeah, what's up, dude? Let me see. Brent's here. Adam's here. Carlos is here. Joseph's here. What's up, man? He says the B-dub AOC.
Yeah.
Dragon,
Half
what's
of her
up, dude?
confidence is from her looks, not her context.
Yeah.
Himself has never personally filed for bankruptcy. As PolitiFact pointed out in 2016, Trump has actually filed Chapter 11 6 times. 4 times within 2 years in the 1990s, once more in 2004, and once more in 2009. But experts told us Trump shouldn't bear all the responsibility, as the majority of bankruptcies happened as the overall casino industry struggled. And while 6 bankruptcies might seem like a lot, consider that the Trump Organization owns approximately 500 companies, so in context, not a bad track record.
But even to X
profits, regardless, Crockett is wrong about the platform not making a profit since it became X. In 2024, X's profits were $1.25 billion, which was about double the highest adjusted EBITDA of Twitter, which was in 2021.
And guys, think about that. You guys know why this amount changed? Anyone? Anyone? It says Elon laid off, was it, what, 63%
he laid
of the
off,
workforce?
like, 70%.
Guys, he came in there. Dude, man, because he was like, what do you people do? Hold on.
He was carrying the sink and stuff.
Let's see if I can find that interview of the person saying, enter.
And this was the beginning of quote unquote Doge, basically. That was like the birth of it in a sense.
Twitter workers that got fired. You see where it's like they were interviewing and they were like, yeah, there are just days where, you know, I'm just not feeling it, you know. Hold on. Twitter workers not doing work.
Well, yeah, they'd be playing at like a foosball table all day, drinking.
No.
Stuff.
They were saying that some of them were like, yeah, we just could just go in if we felt like it and still got paid. Like, it was crazy. I can't find this interview now, but this lady did an interview and was secretly taping it, and the guy was like, yeah, they have a thing about like having mental health and workers working when they want to. Here we go. We have an environment that's like dang, I have to find it. But yeah, guys, you're like, yeah, man, yeah, like we're all about like mental health and stuff. So like, if you're not feeling it, you know, you can just like go home. You don't have to put in leave. You just like get paid, because not getting paid is gonna, you know, cause you more stress. So there's people getting there that will days without doing anything. Absolutely insane. So I'll have to find it, guys.
At 682 million. So, wrong again, Jasmine.
So if I am going to go look for somebody to run a business, I'm going to look for someone who is going to run one successfully. And
guys, here's the thing. This whole loudmouth B-dub BS, guys, she thinks that this is going to carry her to the White House, right? But guys, what B-dubs don't understand is people clap for B-dubs like they clap
for Special Olympics.
For the Special Olympics. If she honestly thinks that she'll be president of the United States, because guys, if there's one thing that you can't be is obnoxious and make it far politics, and they confuse being obnoxious with and trying to get sound bites, you know, with actually politicking. You can have an element in there, because who is she? And she's just trying to be the loudest person in the room, and then try anyone that freaking tries to you clap back at her, she probably pulls the race card. Ken, what's up, dude? Captain Palsy, what's up, man? T-Ray, what's up, man?
If you asked her what the word decorum meant, she would have like no idea.
She'd be like, well, I already decorated my house. I already know how my furniture goes.
Or people start screaming and yelling about, well, he's a billionaire. Yeah, when you know the right people and they'll just give you money, then you can become a billionaire too.
So according to Jasmine, you become a billionaire when other billionaires give you money. If that's the case, I need to meet a better class of people. Next, after crime rose 27% year over year in Washington, D.C., the House held a hearing on the matter. But instead of addressing the issue at hand, Crockett used her time to attack Republicans and red states.
She's a mess. She's a mess. I hope she's not married. Jasmine Crockett.
She has a pretty big ring on her finger.
Husband.
But it's on her right hand, though.
Oh, my goodness. No, she's married, guys. Look at this guy, right here. Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. Why? Why would anyone... Hold on. Let's see if I can find... Let's see. Jasmine Crockett. Let's go to Wikipedia here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. I have background noise coming from someone like a rapper or someone's there. Let's see. Personal life.
I'm assuming
Rhetoric.
she's for like Houston or Austin.
Rhetoric style, ratchet. Let me see. It doesn't say who she's married to. I don't see. Does it just not even mention her marriage? Because we all know that that goes against her image as a strong B-dub, right? Look at that. Yeah, I don't see anything about her marriage at all, guys, at all.
She could have ended it.
No,
Probably
because it
more
said,
likely.
happy anniversary. So I'm assuming that she's still married, but of course that goes against her whole image of being strong and independent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What a mess. What an absolute mess.
I don't really know what to say, except for the fact that this is a farce. All right? Because the fact is, we've got an increase in crime all over. If we really...
And whose fault is that? Whose party's fault is that? Guys, I need you to put in the comments. Whose party is at fault for an increase in crime everywhere?
If we want to be real about it, let's talk about it. We're talking about DC right now, but the murder rates in red states like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama have statistically...
She's the worst. The worst.
Exceeded those in blue states like Illinois, New Mexico, and Michigan every year since 2000.
So where is Jasmine Crockett getting this information? From the FBI? From some department or agency in the federal government? Nope. She's getting this info from a left-leaning Democrat think tank called Third Way, and their report titled The 2-Decade Red State Murder Problem. According to Third Way's 2023 analysis, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, all red states, have a higher murder rate per 100,000 people than so-called blue states like Illinois, New Mexico, and Michigan. Crockett is somehow claiming that red states are worse than certain blue states. Yet 2 of the states that she mentioned, New Mexico and Illinois, consistently make the top 10. Not much of a flex, Jasmine. In response, conservative think tank The Heritage Foundation murder problem becomes the Blue County murder problem. This includes Hinds County, home to Jackson, Mississippi, Montgomery County.
Damn, you guys see that? Look at that.
Murder problem becomes the Blue County.
Look at that. So in all the wokest counties, there's more homicides. Damn.
Murder problem. This includes Hinds County, home to Jackson, Mississippi, Montgomery County, home to Montgomery, Alabama, and East Baton Rouge Parish, home to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. All 3 are completely run by Democrats. Furthermore, the top 15 major cities with the highest murder rates, all run by Democrat mayors.
Told you guys.
Yep.
The only thing worse than these 3 or 4 is being able to vote is them getting voted in. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely insane. How do you have people that are never really supposed to actually protect people against violence to go to war? How are they tapped to lead things? That doesn't make any sense. Absolutely insane.
I know you're shocked.
So they are always focused on crime. They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling
These eyelashes. What are you talking about?
the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally.
Yes, it is. Guys, come on. Guys, someone say something, dude. Someone say, I knew she was
not
bad.
much else to really say. You just gotta kind of chuckle
But
at
guys,
it.
I didn't realize.
And she just said that with full confidence, like everyone else is an idiot.
How? How?
So according to Jasmine Crockett, federal lawmaker, it's not a crime to enter the United States illegally. Makes sense to me. What's your problem? However, crossing the border illegally is a federal misdemeanor crime in violation of 8 U.S.C. 1325. A federal misdemeanor is literally a criminal offense.
It's not a criminal, it's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations.
I'll never understand how this genius passed the bar exam. I'm serious, she used to be a lawyer.
These are the people that are really making us great in this country. They pay into taxes. And
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
guess what? They're not able to pull down on Social Security. So to have people going out and disparaging them and targeting them, that is not what makes us great.
But according to Stephen A. Camarata, the director of research at the Center for Immigration Studies, illegal immigrants do pay some taxes, and estimates that illegal immigrants in 2019 paid roughly $5.9 billion in federal income tax, $16.2 billion in Social Security tax, and $3.8 billion in Medicaid taxes. But for clarity, $3.6 trillion in federal income tax was collected in 2019.
And they should measure how much they take out in Medicaid and all of that other stuff, right?
Illegal immigrants paid a whopping $5.96 billion. That's roughly 0.165% of all the federal income tax collected.
They pay into taxes.
Then Jasmine brags that they pay $16.2 billion into Social Security, a system that currently pays out $1.6 trillion in benefits. But thanks for that 1.01% contribution. You're keeping the system solvent. Next, Jasmine Crockett says that we need illegal immigrants because they do the jobs that Americans don't want to do.
How many of you are sending your kids to college to go and work on? Okay, well, guess who is working the farms? So that you can afford your food.
That you can have food.
So that you can have.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
What are you talking about? Like, that's true and all, but guys, here's the thing. It's not just the jobs that are in the field. You guys know how many American-based contractors and construction companies get put out of business because there will be that one guy around town who only hires illegals.
Yeah,
that they can undercut.
I hate that.
Yeah, can underbid everyone.
They treat them like garbage too.
Yeah, if they were to get rid of them, then they'd have to actually pay people. You know, so someone says, "Is this B-Dub the protege of Maxine Waters?" Facts.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, let me pull out the dunce cap, guys. Sorry, I do that really fast. Thornstar, what's up, dude?
So only illegal immigrants work on farms. Got it.
Now, how many of you are looking to send your kids into hospitality after this college education so that they can go and make the beds at the hotels?
Oh, I see. We need illegals to pick our crops and clean our hotel rooms since the educated won't. Democrats think that the undocumented are a permanent service class.
President Trump seeking to use the Alien Enemies Act, a wartime authority, a law signed by John Adams in 1798, to deport undocumented Venezuelans that the administration say are dangerous individuals with ties to the gang Tren de Aragua. Do you agree with this? And if not, what's your issue with the U.S. using any tool at its disposal to remove undocumented violent people from this country?
Well, my argument is that we already have tools that are available to remove undocumented violent people from our country. And so the idea that you want to go into a zombie law, it is the fact that we can't trust this administration to act.
A zombie law. Guys, a law is a law, right? Now, there are times where it gets so old or it's like contextually you can use enforcement discretion. Like there's a law in Texas where if you steal someone's horse, you can get the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? But that was from back in the day where if you were out in the middle of nowhere, you stole someone's horse, you were basically consigning them to death because they're out in the middle of nowhere. You know? Texas could still choose if Snowboarder has a horse and I go on his property and steal it. A judge could choose to use that law. The likelihood is low, but it's still there. What are you saying?
She's kind of skirting around it in a way because like we do have laws in place, but no one was enforcing them and no one cared about it. So now all that's happening now is that they're actually enforcing the law. If you're breaking the law, you are held accountable to it and you get kicked out because you didn't do it the right way.
It's true.
Actually use a scalpel, but instead they love to use a butcher knife on things. And so giving them this wide latitude to just kind of go across and just claim that anybody is anything is wrong.
So to be clear, Jasmine Crockett is more concerned that Trump is using a zombie law, whatever that is, than she is about the dangerous gang members that are roaming our streets. And that's why the Democrats' favorability rating with Americans is at an all-time low.
I'm from the state of Texas, and of course they don't want you to ever have an opportunity to raise your voice in the state of Texas. In fact, Ms. Perry, I know your organization, the Heritage Foundation, loves Texas. Ooh, they love Texas. They always sending us some nonsense bills that somehow set this country on the wrong trajectory.
She doesn't even speak like this. If you guys see her like 5 years ago, she speaks like I do. And now all of a sudden she's on the national stage. Girl, please.
They send them to Texas, they send them to Florida. Every deplorable state that we can think about, they usually coming out of y'all's think tank.
So the congresswoman from Texas, the state she was elected to represent, calls Texas a deplorable state. Yeah, she's that stupid.
And I want to make sure that we really get to
rats in that weave, right?
the nitty-gritty on Texas, because this is hilarious to me. We know that specifically Texas added 4 million people. We added 4 million people. They were people of color. Texas got 2 new seats. So they took those black and brown and Asian bodies, and guess what? Do you think that we got a new black, brown, or Asian seat? Somehow the way that...
Because the majority of the state is still white. You absolute dunderhead. Why? Why are people so stupid?
You stupid woman!
What are you talking about?
They do their Republican math in the state of Texas. That amounted to 2 new white seats. Guess what? White Republican seats. We got 2 new Republican seats out of 4 million people of color. So let me tell you, they
that's. I didn't think that it would be this painful, guys. I didn't think.
And she's saying nothing of value either.
Nothing at all.
She's just wasting
Someone
everyone's
says,
time.
Keep talking, lady. You are the best advertisement for the Republicans.
Yeah.
Someone says we finally hit the point where the former bartender is smarter than the former lawyer. The DEI poster child of 2025. Someone says if you fail as a lawyer, go to Congress. Look at that. Look at that. Someone says, why does nobody talk about her whole shtick being an act? So she went to a $36,000 a year private school. The only segregation that she witnessed was segregation from peasants. Being a lawyer doesn't mean much these days. Thanks, Jasmine and Kamala. Yeah, look, she calls herself Ms. Crockett, and she's married. Look at that. Listening to her made my IQ drop 100 points.
love to use our bodies to apportion us in an inaccurate...
To apportion? What does that mean?
...way.
First of all, super racist. Second, she's f***ing lying. For the 2022 election, Texas added 2 new House districts, Texas 35 and Texas 38. One went to Greg Casar, a Hispanic Democrat. The other went to Wesley Hunt, a black Republican.
Oops. 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 What a moron.
She wants you to think when you say Republican that automatically means white.
Look that. What a dumbass.
On that note, do you have any final words for us, Jasmine?
And I also took this as an opportunity to again flex on MAGA and let them know that I will always be smarter than you.
Did you use the word smart? Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word. There's nothing smart about you.
Terrible. How can people be so stupid?
Don't use, you're a congresswoman. You don't say I'm gonna flex on you. Like it's just bad.
But to just be so arrogantly ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like just basking in your own ignorance.
And with full-blown confidence.
Yeah. Why? Why? Now, guys, we're all going to go to our favorite here, right? We have to. We have to go to our favorite.
Our darling.
I think people realize that, and this is probably, for me, the most disturbing part about that last congresswoman, quote unquote, is that you're paying her $175,000 a year to basically proselytize about nothing. Do what? What is her work? What is she doing? What is she doing to earn that $175,000 representing the people, so to speak?
Did you see, Joe, how...
Well, we heard clear goals. Oh, actually, sorry, we didn't. We just heard nonsense.
Did you see how she's married? She's been married for 10 years, but still calls herself Ms. Crockett. You see that?
She still calls herself, like, what are you talking about? Not MRS. She still calls herself
MS, Ms.
But she's married.
Yes. Yes. Here's her husband.
Wow.
Look at this. That's her husband.
So I saw some kids too, right? Somewhere in there. I saw two. Yeah, right there.
That's her husband. I make this bigger, right? Make this bigger. Yeah, she's married. What an idiot.
And that's not mentioned on her Wikipedia page either. I mean,
nope, not at all.
Yeah, we looked at
it.
it.
So we just looked. We just looked. Look at this.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be hopping on here, Senator Sanders' account, and we're here in Kansas City to rally for Brent Welder. We're going to flip this seat red in November.
The lie detector determined.
Strong, right? There's roughly 4% unemployment, 3.9% unemployment. Do you think that capitalism has failed to deliver for working class Americans, or is no longer the best vehicle for working class Americans?
Well, I think the numbers that you just talked about is part of the problem, right? Because we look at these figures and we say, oh, unemployment is low, everything is fine, right? Well, unemployment is low because everyone has 2 jobs. Unemployment.
What? What are you talking?
That would mean it's higher.
Guys, I told you guys. I told you. Guys, come on now.
A woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
Are you serious? What is she talking about? Like, she honestly believes this. And of course, all these girls are all, oh, she's so right. She's so amazing.
Unemployment is low because people are working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and can barely feed their kids. And so I do think that right now, when we have this no holds barred, Wild West hyper-capitalism, what that means is profit at any cost. Capitalism has not always existed in the world, and it will not always exist in the world.
A couple of other items on your policy agenda that you made very clear throughout: Medicare for all, federal jobs guarantee, and tuition-free public universities and trade schools. Those look to a lot of people like promises of gifts under the tree, but they wonder how they'll be paid for. Now you're in a position to carry these out. How, at a time when the CBO says our debts and deficits are exploding and are going to cripple us, how do you pay?
Look at that. Look at the beast in,
just
in
crazy
her eyes,
looking.
man. You know what I mean?
That's just
guys,
pure like Adderall and delusion.
Now, guys, hold on. Let's take a little pit stop, all right? Because guys, this knucklehead here has inspired a whole bunch of other chicks, right? And we all know they always snitch on themselves on TikTok, right? Look at this.
My top issue was the ongoing genocide in Palestine. I voted for Kamala Harris, though. I think she may handle the issue better than Trump, but...
So guys, her whatever this thing is, his number one issue was something going on thousands of miles away. And she even had to check herself to say that she voted for Knucklehead Harris because their side was saying that you shouldn't vote for anyone because of the whole thing. Walk, what's up, dude? Look at that. Someone says they can't even find Gaza on a map, but it's so important to them. Yeah. It's true. Look at this.
You got into Harvard Law?
Sorry, guys.
No.
They're all ratchet. All of them, dude. Like, you look.
Girlies in politics?
Why?
That's like saying boys in politics. I don't want the boys in politics any more than I want girls in politics. What is this?
For my life tomorrow and be in rooms with Vice President Harris, Joe Biden, and just start my political career, I would apply to the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation internship. No, I'm not sponsored by them. A lot of times you guys ask me, how do you get involved in politics? How do you start? That is the answer. They literally provide you with housing in DC, give you a stipend, connect you with your member of Congress so you get congressional experience, provide you with an alumni network, take you to the White House. The list goes on and on and on.
And let you be ratchet.
And let you be plowed out.
We need more girlies in politics, and I don't gatekeep. So I'm going to show you guys in this new series, Girlies in Politics 101, what I did step by step, starting with networking. Let's talk about it since we're building community. We're going to be honest. When I first...
We all know what she means by networking, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how Kamala got there.
Senator Chad. Congressman Tyrone. Ambassador Long Dog.
Yeah. And it probably started with the county clerk and like low level, like their town alderman Steve. Like,
look at that.
If you, like me, are a bit of a sadomasochist and love attention, you just found a video that's about to change
sadomasochist
in your life. Because I am willing to bet that you at some point considered studying political science or working in the political field. And guess what? I work in the political field. I'm about to tell you everything that I learned over the
Yeah, we can tell.
past 6 years trying to find a political job so that you don't have to endure 6 years of absolute torture. Instead, you're going to endure 3 minutes of me talking in a TikTok, and I'm going to give you all of my best tips when it comes to getting your foot in the door to get your first political job. You might be like, who's this bitch screaming at me in her car? What are her credentials? I work in grassroots organizing and have for the past year and a half.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me, right, guys?
Yeah.
Doesn't she just look like the type of chick this knucklehead where like you're just trying to like, I don't know, walk to like a concert or a football game, and this dumbass is sitting there with a clipboard like, hello, would you like to take a survey?
Yeah. You give this person a clipboard, and then they start to abuse that power. You're 100%
ruin
right.
everyone's lives. Yeah.
For
this
that,
is also the type to where, like, if she ever got a house, she would totally be the HOA president, or she was like that hall monitor that was constantly snitching on people. You know what I'm saying?
Worked on several
She
different
was
campaigns.
probably like
also do
a meter maid
or something.
Do a little bit of digital engagement and digital social media work for political candidates and influencers on the side. And I unfortunately get referred to as like Fox News Barbie. Do I choose to be referred to as Fox News Barbie? No, but this is the situation that we're in, and I'm learning to embrace it. This advice.
Guys, she's been talking for almost a minute, and she hasn't said anything. You notice that?
No, she did.
She hasn't said
she's a Fox News Barbie.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was a lie.
Whether you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, freaking Green Party, I do not care. The advice that I'm about to give you is going to work no matter where you're trying to find a job, because it is so flawless and so perfect that you're going to come back to this TikTok later and thank me. Sit down, get a cute drink. Let's discuss getting your foot in the door. My best piece of advice is to start now. Oh, Lissa, You know,
I can't.
We're women in politics. Of course, we have a picture in front of the U.S. Capitol on our Instagram feed. We're women in politics. Of course, we get politics mansplained to us. We're women in politics. Of course, people think we're too emotional.
Look at this.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
President. We're women in politics. Of course, we educate our Instagram followers on voting. We're women in politics. Of course, we did a semester in D.C. during college. We're women in politics. Of course, we only make 82 cents to our male coworker's dollar. We're women in...
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Guys?
Complete lie. And by the way, that's actually what should happen.
Yeah, because that would be fair. If you're talking about the output of work compared to
Yeah,
have one job and the same guy has the same job, the same police officer, for example, is going to put in way more work than a female officer because she's not going to have to be put in the same situations as the male officer. So yes, she should be paid.
They are women in politics. Of course, they didn't have to sign up for the selective service.
Oh. That's a You could put like
Oh man, look at that.
Politics. Of course, we own blazers in every single color imaginable. We're women in politics. Of course, we have to advocate for ourselves every single day.
This is dangerous. This is not even funny. To me, it's not funny. Like,
Isn't this crazy,
I
guys?
saw men behaving this way. I would think and feel the same way.
we're
Like,
women
no,
in
you
politics. If we give up the back door, we get in the front door.
Oh man. Let's see. Let's do one more, guys. Hold on. Let me see. Oops. Can't do that. There's one more where this chick was all talk about.
Okay, so I love this question. I'm going to give some books that were recommended in my gov and public policy classes, and then when I'm on my break, I tend to just read books by Black authors.
There you go. Right? Guys,
What authors?
what are you talking about? You're supposed to take as much information from the best sources possible. Right? So she ruined it when she said she only reads books by Black authors. What are you talking about? You can learn from everyone. That's insane.
Because so much literature is just Euro-centered, and I feel like we need...
Someone say. Why? Guys, think about living in this. Anytime that someone says Eurocentric, whatever,
She thinks
centric,
she's
whatever.
a genius for saying
No,
that.
it's like you're putting yourself in these intellectual handcuffs, like you're cuffing your hands behind your back. You know what I'm saying? Like you're limiting your thinking to just such stupid, it's like a moronic way to view the world. You know?
to break away from that. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the classics, How Democracies Die, 10 out of 10. If you haven't read it, please read it, especially for the times that we're in right now, just read it. This is actually written by my professor, Suzanne Butler. And spoiler alert, all 4 threats that she mentions are under attack right now. Angela Davis is the queen. I read this book actually just like 2 weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like for black girls, especially black girls who have been involved in social justice, this might be a bit repetitive. But I think if you're just starting to learn about
And all this is just her being brainwashed. All of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's showing all the books that they have to
I
read.
started reading this, but didn't.
Rage becomes her. The power of women's anger.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
How can someone's anger matter if they don't have the monopoly on force?
A good one.
Yeah. I'm sure she's gonna put some work by Thomas Sowell as one of the next books coming up.
Yeah, right. You guys know. Anytime that you mention him, they're
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying?
Finish it, but like the pages
That's a
are
good
pretty
point, man.
powerful.
She would not mention
Yes,
Thomas
I
Sowell.
read it
No,
the
never.
summer before college. For all my ed policy lovers, read this. Read this. I've never felt so seen as a student. A black
Guys, here's the thing about this, right?
It's an echo chamber.
People naturally like okay, they've done experiments where they have like tables, and they have like 2 black kids at one table, 2 Asian kids at a table, 2 white kids, and they were letting kids in. People naturally go towards the people that look like them initially, right? So if I'm walking around, I'm gonna identify with people that kind of look like me the most, right? That's how we're naturally ingrained, right? Or it could be like Snowboard is an Eagles fan, and I'm an Eagles fan, and I'm sitting there, and he sees a Rams fan, a Niners fan, and then hey, go have a beer. He's gonna sit next to me because we're Eagles fans. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know nothing else about each other. So it's like, that's why there are no systems, because it's this way all over the world. In China, the Uyghur Muslims, if they see one of them wearing their traditional garb, they're going to go over and talk to each other. Well, they're all in camps at this point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, here's a cis woman, right? College indoctrinated. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there, guys. Guys, make sure to drop like on the stream. Guys, hit the super chat button, and we have memberships now. So, guys, yeah,
And
let's go.
What is she gonna learn from this? She needs to be reading about other people's experience.
Victimhood.
Yeah, Cornell.
Yeah.
That's all she's gonna learn. You guys, why has Cornel West looked homeless for the last 50 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on?
Because he's trying to appeal like that way. I think.
Oops.
Maybe he's just going for the Don King look.
For what now?
Maybe he's just going for the Don King look.
Well, that's basically what he has.
Yeah.
With the hair and everything. Yo, yeah. You see, look at.
You don't take him as serious how he presents himself, in my opinion.
He looks wild, and he's just for no
Yeah.
reason other than this is my
Like
natural state.
he just hit the pipe.
I mean, but you know what? Hold on. I might have to take that one back, because Albert Einstein was pretty much wild in the head too. Like his hair, his eccentricism. So Cornel West, he's an intelligent man.
That's a good
I don't
point.
agree with him. I don't agree with him, but I won't go over it.
I think Cornel West, and then.
That is a good point. Einstein did look kind of like a kook.
Yeah, smart one though. And Cornell has his brilliance. I just don't agree with a lot of his politics. But I can attack his intelligence.
Yeah. He
But
just.
I would say that Einstein could look that way because he's presenting just logic and facts that are mathematical. Conwell, this guy has to present an idea to you.
Well, but
he has to convince you of.
image is a huge part.
So I'm saying
politics.
it's more important for him to look more polished.
Yeah.
Einstein, it doesn't matter as much.
He looks like the guy from the Dream Academy. I don't know if you guys remember them. Life in a northern town. Remember them? That's who Cornel West looks like. This guy right here. Way on my way. Take it easy on yourself. He looks just like him, right?
You probably got high with him too.
Salvation Army that rays. Look at that. See?
Familiar. That song sounds real familiar. I might have to listen to that one.
Look at that. Anyways, back to Knucklehead McGee here.
Pay for things like that.
It's an excellent question. First of all, I think we need to kind of look at the damaging history, legislative history of what we've done with our taxes. Not only did we have a $400 billion GOP tax cut that could have actually forgiven every single federal student loan in America. We spent that money in December, and we spent it on tax cuts for the corporations and the very rich. But it means reviewing the Bush tax cuts. It means making sure that also that we understand the power of the purse that Congress has, that, when the United States spearheads
This movement, I question their sanity. And the danger I see is that it's become a mainstream view. Ocasio-Cortez is a member of the Democrat Socialists of America. This is
Oh, speaking of that, guys, look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. One second. 1 second. Where are they? Look at this, guys.
Looking for an anti-capitalist book club?
Uh-oh. I think that's
Might
copyright music.
copyright.
But look. Guys, look.
Yeah.
A commie book club. Yeah. And of course, everyone that's in it here just looks like they would be a commie just by looking at
Yeah.
it. Oh, man. Is this
Sponsored by
near-
NPR. That's like what they'll say next.
Is this near me? Guys, I should go. Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious. I should go and cook all of you sons of bitches. Oh, that would be so much fun. That'd be so much fun, man. Someone says the communist who wears Calvin Klein. look, the I have no idea how the world actually works starter pack. Someone says, Jesus Christ, get a job. He's got the flamethrower. What an idiot. What a bunch of morons, man.
You could
How
go
can
to
people-
that AJ like with a scarf
Same
on and
group
kind of
that
troll and
organized
you get
the
good content.
Yeah, put the little
recorded
thing,
some of
the
it.
little
Yeah, like
pro-Palestine thing on.
Don't oppose their
Yeah.
ideas. Just record it.
No,
and
no,
it's
guys.
probably like ridiculous, or
Guys.
gaslight them even more. And
Yeah,
see
yeah.
how
Here's
crazy
what you
they
do,
get.
guys. Go to a place and just be extra, right? So like, take their platform times 1,000 to where even they're like, damn, we need to kick this guy out of here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bring a hammer and sickle like with you and stuff. Like,
protest against our Homeland Security Secretary at the restaurant. These are shrieking radicals who oppose any immigration enforcement. It's not just that they want to reduce the 20,000 workforce of ICE or reform it somehow. They want to abolish it. That is clear. And President Trump is absolutely right when he calls out these people and says that they don't want borders at all. And what do they propose to replace ICE with? I think the little summary that the Democrat there just gave of why ICE was formed in the first place is missing the crucial context. Remember, guys, that it was after 9/11 that we realized.
Isn't it crazy how like right-wing chicks you can just tell a chick is kind of a right-wing chick by looking at her, and you can tell a chick's on the left by looking at her. You know what I'm saying?
Facing crisis of humanitarian condition.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine.
Look at her. Look at her 1.27 brain cells, guys. Right? She's having a little misfire there.
yeah.
I think what I meant is like the settlements, places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty.
Do you think you can expand on that?
I am not the expert on geopolitics on this issue.
Well, that's the first true thing she said this entire time, right? What an absolute dog. Guys, who votes for these people, right?
You stupid woman!
Why? He said wear the Che Guevara shirt.
Yeah, the scarf and everything.
Yeah. What's funny is, guys, all those Che Guevara, shirt wearing dudes, all they are just friggin' Gavins, right? That are smashing all
rich kids,
all the effingest chicks. That's all they're doing, right? We have to do a revolution and tear down all this patriarchal stuff and all this. I mean, I'm in charge of everything, obviously, because I'm a guy, and I don't believe in systems of patriarchal structure like regular relationships, so I can smash all you chicks without having to even be your boyfriend. Yeah. Garrett Grant, what's up, dude? With the $5, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that, my friend. And guys, once again, hit the like button. Thank you so much. And thanks for the $5.
Seriously. Garlic croutons, dude.
Guys, and did you see that Snow White is a big flop and Assassin's Creed flop too? Guys, what dude, Hollywood's cooked. Video games are cooked, right? Trying to call all of us sexist and racist and all this, right? When they're putting out a bad product. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about us men. We vote with our wallets and our feet, right? If we don't like it, we don't buy it. And they're cooked.
That's the beautiful thing about capitalism. I mean, the fact that we can vote, the fact that we get to determine, hey, you don't make what we like, then we're not going to buy your stuff, and you can't make us. And lastly, it's interesting that this Ocasio person, they want to be socialist so bad, but what they don't realize is that the reason why they're in office is because we're not a socialist society.
Yeah, that's true.
It's because of the thing that you're voting, that you want to happen, that if it was to be a reality, you wouldn't even have a position in office. You would be working on the field.
Yep, that's true.
I thought the new Billie Eilish album was pretty good.
Wait, who are you? And
no, I'm saying it's
where does snowboard go? I was gonna say we're gonna say my. Wait. I think he's been kidnapped by aliens.
Yeah. But I'm
wait
saying
a second.
On the music front, a lot of modern music, but a lot of modern female music, it's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's not. It's like if something was quality, people would recognize it, even if they didn't like it. You would say still like recognize the quality, but they're not even playing musical instruments.
Yeah, or they're not using the musical instrument in their voice. They're using T-Pain sound effects with that, so they're not even using their natural voices anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Or even writing their own stuff. It's like ghostwritten for them.
Like Mariah Carey, she wrote like so much of her own music. She sang it. She made a lot of arrangements. Like that's talent. That's work.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Whether you like her music or not, that's real talent.
I don't understand it, man. I don't.
Well, that is clear. Here to react, Michael Knowles, host of the Michael Knowles Show. Michael, good to have you with us.
Abby, good to be here.
All right, you listen to the DNC, and that is the future of their party.
That is the future of their party. I think she's a good representative. The Democrats at this point are proudly ignorant and thoroughly anti-Israel, so it makes sense. This poor girl, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is not making a great first impression, and that is the last.
Guys, this was years ago, and it's gotten worse ever since, right? And here's the thing, guys. See, us guys, we tend to see through other men's BS, right? These chicks, they think that a woman is strong and independent and all this stuff for all the dumbest reasons. Like that Jasmine Crockett. They think that she's some political dynamo. Why? Because she talks loud and has a weave? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting you say that, because the only time that they really kind of hold them more accountable. If it's going to be taking their man or something like that, then
Yeah.
they're overly critical about everything they do and they're more realistic. Anything else, they just put everyone else on a pedestal just for being a woman.
It's true. Yeah. Or even in like videos about
He's been
lifting
accused.
or the gym or whatever, you always see like a guy who has to squat like 700 pounds to get any type of like recognition. A girl does like 135 and it's like, oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. I remember there was a slam dunk contest where this dude did a crazy dunk and then it was him versus some chick. The chick just did a regular dunk and I was like, whoa, that's amazing. It's like, what are you? Homeboy just did a freaking windmill slam. And they were like, oh wow, she totally won. Please.
To being dishonest about the true cost of her proposals and the tax burden they would impose on the middle class. She's also been criticized for making factual mistakes.
One of the criticisms of you is that your math is fuzzy. The Washington Post recently awarded you 4 Pinocchios
Oh my goodness.
for misstating some statistics about
4 Pinocchio.
To really blow up one figure here or one word there, I would argue that they're missing the forest for the trees. I think that there's a lot of people more.
Oh, so I don't need to tell the truth. I don't need to worry about facts. Oh no, right? Oh no. It's about if I mean well or not. Yeah.
A woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
I'm telling you guys. I said it once, I'll say it again, right? What is going on? Someone said that Jada Pinkett's gonna be in Rapunzel?
What?
Yeah,
No
walk.
way.
That came from Walk.
What? Is this gonna be animated?
No.
Let's see.
That was 2020.
In a live action version of Tangled? What?
You know, the crazy thing is that she was really good in The Matrix. She was really good in Set It Off. But now she just like.
That was 25 years ago.
I'm like, what happened?
According to internal source, she won't wear a wig or grow out her hair for the movie. What?
That's gonna
No, that
be
can't
an
be
aloe piece of shit.
Ah, no. Guys, quit,
Look
man.
at that. Is this gonna be? Is this like a? Is this real? What?
I don't believe it.
This is
Wow.
almost
Why
part
not?
of wokeness, is like forcing things that completely don't even make sense. They love doing this.
It is real. Oh no! Wait, this
Yeah,
is
Jada
for the movie
Pinkett,
too,
man. I don't understand it. Like, she hasn't had a good movie or anything good in how long? I mean,
But
we
isn't
still in
Rapunzel
the-
like a younger? What is the picture of
when was
Rapunzel?
the last thing she did? You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care
Yeah.
about Jada Pinkett, right?
More concerned about being precisely, factually, and semantically correct than about being morally right.
I told
Being
you.
factually correct.
I told you. I don't have to be correct. I have good intentions, right? And that matters more than anything else, right?
You stupid woman!
What are you talking about?
The truth is just a subtlety.
Yeah. hmm
It's the
It's
inconvenience.
Say again?
I said the truth is just an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Absolutely important. And whenever I make a mistake, I say, okay, this was clumsy. And then I restate what my point was.
Is that should we, and if we work our butts off to make sure that we take back all 3 chambers of Congress, rather all 3 chambers of government,
Ah.
the presidency, the Senate, and the House in 2020, we can't start working in 2020.
She was working as a waitress and bartender at the time. Like many members of her generation, she says she had student loans to pay and no health insurance.
I really understood the frustration that working people had across the political spectrum. You know, when anybody is saying the economy is going great, we are at record levels, there's a frustration that says, well, the economy is good for who?
I mean, unemployment is at record lows.
Here we go again.
I don't think that that tells the whole story. When you can't provide for your kids, working a full-time job, working 2 full-time jobs, when you can't have health care, that is not dignified.
Congresswoman-elect Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being criticized by media fact-checkers across the board.
Look at that. Now, of course, why this is just undue scrutiny because I'm a whammon, please, right? How is this a thing, guys? How? Anderson Plooper.
After claiming that there's an easy solution to funding universal health care insurance. Ocasio-Cortez citing an article in The Nation, tweeting in part, $21 trillion in Pentagon spending accounting errors. Medicare for all cost about $32 trillion. That means 66% of Medicare for all could have been already funded.
Now, of
She did
course,
post giving her
this is
tweet
probably
4
wrong.
Pinocchios, even despite her attempts to walk it back. They write, she cited the $21 trillion figure and said 66% of Medicare for all could have been funded already by the Pentagon. That's a direct comparison, but it's badly flawed. The same article she referenced on Twitter would have set her straight. The tweet is still up, probably causing some confusion.
How dare you fact check her?
If you don't know what you're talking about, hire people who do. That's what Trump did. He doesn't always know. He knows how to do the presidential things, but he hires people even smarter than him. People who know how to do their job well and who can. If he doesn't know, he say, "I defer to this person. I defer to this person because they're smarter in this area than me." Instead of thinking that you can say anything and everything, it sounds smart, but you end up sounding very unintelligent.
Yeah, Trump is more, or Orange Man is more of the salesman for it. He has a
But
lot
here's
of
the thing,
people
guys.
advising him.
Not just that, though. If you're going to say inflammatory stuff, you better damn sure make sure that it's correct.
Yeah.
More than anything else, right? If you're going to say stuff that's going to cause a lot of controversy and a big amount of stir, you better be correct. Period.
True.
Everyone knows that. On either side knows that. Even if you're gonna throw out in anything, if you're gonna throw out something about basketball or about boxing or whatever, that goes against the common narrative, you better know what you're talking about.
So, Harris, you made a great point earlier about the Congresswoman-elect, and that maybe perhaps we're all on the Republican side giving her a little bit too much attention, or do you think that she just walks right into it with these tweets?
Well, I mean, you got to have your facts straight. So,
That would help.
I mean, when you talk about the low-hanging fruit of do you know the 3 branches of government and that sort of thing, I mean, I guess it's funny, but it's not. And it shouldn't just be Republicans or people who are politically different than she is who are giving her grief over these items. Palestine is not a country. It's not a state.
Whoa.
It should be within her own party.
Now, guys, Anthony Williams says, isn't math racist and white supremacy, right? You guys remember this, right?
So I misunderstand. Are we saying that 2 + 2, if you say it's 4, that's racist? I mean, that sounds like we may be mischaracterizing it. What, if you can quickly sum it up?
No, that's not mischaracterizing it at all. Math is basically racist under this ideology because it says there is no such thing as an objective reality. So 4 might not be the right number. 2 + 2 might actually equal 5.
Wow. That's some of the tism happening right there, most likely.
Hold on.
We won't be missing the Department of Education anytime soon.
No.
Are you saying that all white people in America are racist?
Yeah, I am too. Sometimes it happens.
Oh, that's the state girl. I saw that. We ate
We're
steak in front of-
socialized, right? The process of socialization and learning about social norms.
So you're
that
racist.
happened.
You're a racist.
Occasionally, it happens.
How?
I usually apologize it when I realize it.
How are you a racist? What do you think
let me
makes
think
you
of-
superior?
Jesse, that question doesn't make sense.
You just said.
But you can guarantee if someone cuts her off in her car is another race or something, she's saying a slur.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't racism the belief that one race is inherently superior than another race, and then you discriminate against other races?
That is a piece of racism, but you gave a definition that's really old. And language evolves over time.
Okay,
and race
all
and
right.
white supremacy. What are race and white supremacy today?
Yeah, okay.
They are structures that affect us all. So people do things that are racist all the time, myself included, because we don't realize that's happening, like
Okay, let's-
microaggressions.
Okay, microaggressions, fine. I think we're getting sidetracked a little bit, Doctor. Explain how math is
Lead me.
racist. I still haven't really understood the premise.
Here we
from
go.
you.
Well, the first premise, the first starting point that we have to get on the same page on is that we live in a white supremacist racial caste system.
Okay, I'm not willing
on
to
the same page about
agree
that?
with that. No, I
No.
disagree with that. But just explain, because
Okay.
we're running out of time, Doctor. How is
Yeah.
2 + 2 = 4? How does that discriminate against black people or brown people?
1 stick plus 2 stick. Humans were like, hey, here's a stick, here's another. I just did some math. That was not racist. We're on the same page with that?
Okay.
1
yeah.
+ 1 = 2?
Yes.
Look at his face.
What is she talking about? What?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Humans have then used math and numbers and statistics in all sorts of ways, from counting black and brown bodies as they made them property and brought them over to these lands, to much more recently, scholars who said that white people were more intelligent than people of color. That's called scientific racism, the use of statistics and tools to construct the idea. It's like something deep in our brains. It's hard to recognize, and that's why it requires time, Jesse. I asked your
Some people are really fucking stupid.
question,
Well, just
and it
because
took me
people
more than
counted
3 years to get here.
with slavery doesn't make counting racist. You understand? Something could be
Absolutely
related to
not.
each other, but not a causation. You understand what I mean?
Do you understand what statistics is?
I think I do. I'm not understanding, though, if you understand. That's the point. Doctor, I
Do you
have to
understand-
run. I have to run.
Yeah.
Doctor, maybe we could do this again sometime and you could explain it to me.
I would
Thank
love.
Jesus.
Yeah, oh my God. That girl has got
Someone
MK
says-
Ultra or
Someone
something.
says, how to get out of math homework.
She's also a vegan, which is important to know.
Oh yeah, that's why she looks so unhealthy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
pale as
Come on.
hell, yeah.
Right.
And it does
Yeah.
mess with your mind, with your brain, with your thought process, your cognitive abilities. It goes. I know because I did it, and that's why I'm not laughing at it, because I've been through what she's actually going.
Yeah.
through. You don't think clearly. You don't think. You lose your cognitive abilities. It's bad.
You lose a lot of physical strength too.
Yep. And it saps your brain energy. Everything is just gone. Your libido is gone. But you got people out there preaching, it, promoting it.
And kind of, if you're weak like that, you're not very motivated to do anything too.
Not at all. I wasn't.
Yeah,
What
I
about
gave it
you?
a shot for like a month, and I
You did a month?
yeah, I did a month. I liked the theory of it actually, but I just felt like so weak, and I have a physical job. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Parents, of course, this doesn't matter if you're conservative or you're liberal. And if you are a liberal parent, you don't have to take our word for this. Fortunately, this curriculum says itself what the purpose is through one of the essential questions. I mentioned it in the introduction, but I want to reiterate it here. The question is, how and why do mathematical processes demand collective thinking? How can we change mathematics from individualistic to collectivist thinking? They want collectivist thinking. That they admit this by asking such a question. They want collectivist thinking, not individual liberty. And they do this through the idea of painting one group of people as the oppressor and another group of people as the victim. This is the underpinning, the foundational aspect of all of the politically correct leftist policies that we see in our nation, that one person has done another person wrong, and therefore the wronged person, who may not have actually been wronged, the wrong person deserves to be put on a higher pedestal, and the oppressor deserves no rights and no freedoms.
Absolutely. We're seeing the elevation of victimhood and all of the things that you've noted. But it's important to realize that even though this framework is elective, our school system itself is not, right? Because we don't have a system of school choice, because many parents are financially or otherwise.
It's a mess. Guys, who votes for all this vegan, socialist, LDHD TV foolishness? What sex?
Women and beta males.
Facts.
Yeah.
Well, they're both the same at this point.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's why I kind of meant them as one thing.
Because she's being held up as somebody who could really be a big voice in the future. And if that's going to be your voice, if that's where you're going, the facts need to be right.
We've started the wall anyway, and we're going to get that done. We're going
to renewable sources of energy in just 12 years, while guaranteeing every American a job at a
Get a job. What are you guys doing?
fair wage.
You're talking about zero carbon emissions, no use of fossil fuels within 12 years?
That is the goal. It's ambitious. And
How is that possible? You're talking about everybody having to drive an electric car?
it's going to require a lot of rapid change that we don't even conceive as possible right now. What is the problem with trying to push our technological capacities to the furthest extent possible?
You aren't the one that's to do the labor, you dummy.
Yeah. It's pretty bad when Anderson Cooper's like pushing back and he's like, I don't believe none of this.
Come on, man.
He's actually a pretty decent reporter. I mean, like, he will be somewhat more balanced and milder than most reporters on the side that he's on.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, and he does have some decorum. I will give him
Yeah,
that.
old school. Yeah, I respect it.
This would require the raising taxes.
He's
There's
a
an element
Vanderbilt,
where,
you know.
people are going to have to start paying their
Yep.
fair share in taxes.
Do you have a specific on the tax rate?
You know, you look at our tax rates back in the 60s, and when you have a progressive tax rate system, your tax rate, let's say from $0 to $75,000 may be 10% or 15%, et cetera. But once you get to like the tippy tops, on your $10 millionth dollar, sometimes you see tax rates as high as 60 or 70%. That doesn't mean
Now, guys, look. This article right in here. Why Canadian politics is so unsafe for female politicians. Online hate against Canadian women in politics is on the rise, and despite cross-party agreement that it's a problem, little action has been taken on the issue. Please. Right? Because if you become a public figure, then you leave yourself open to criticism, right? And critique. That's just how it works. Right? But these chicks here put themselves in these shark tanks and these dog-eat-dog types of environments, and they have to go through all the same stuff men do. It's how dare you? You know what I'm saying?
It's the I want to be a movie star and not be famous syndrome.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory. So
look at this.
I want to sell millions of records and not be recognized. Because you was voted by millions of people, so you're gonna get some public attention.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Especially if you have crazy ideas. I spoke to half a dozen current and former female politicians on the record and read through countless accounts of what online abuse looks like and looked through qualitative research on the perceptions of online abuse. Online spaces are becoming increasingly toxic for female politicians. Please.
You just not read it.
Sounds like you can't handle it then.
Come on, man. Yeah.
They don't have to read it. They don't have to entertain it.
You could always stay home.
Yeah.
You know? And despite cross-party consensus, the online abuse is unacceptable. Why don't you fight your own fight? Once again, they want to have the problem and then have other people fix it for them, right? Clown world. Why? Why? Absolutely insane. Let me see here. Back to this knucklehead.
All $10 million are taxed at an extremely high rate, but it means that as you climb up this ladder, you should be contributing more.
What you are talking about, just big picture, is a radical agenda compared to the way politics is done right now.
Well, I think that it only has ever been radicals that have changed this country. Abraham Lincoln made the radical decision to sign the Emancipation Proclamation. Franklin Delano Roosevelt made the radical decision to embark on establishing programs like Social Security.
Do you call yourself a radical?
Yeah, you know, if that's what radical means, call me a radical.
Wait.
She was absolutely coached to say that too. Yeah. She didn't come up with that on her own.
Guys, wait. She said Abraham Lincoln, and then who else?
Social Security.
Do you call
Franklin Delano Roosevelt made the...
Now, guys, what did FDR and
bring in the welfare state?
Well, no. But FDR died, right? Like he died in office. He was basically half dead, like in the last year of his presidency, right? Like that's the dedication that he showed. And then Lincoln got taken out, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Do you think that she would give her life for her cause?
Absolutely not.
Because anyone who says yes,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
come on, man, come on.
Radical decision to...
Huh?
I was about to say, if she's not willing to do or go to lengths that Trump did, which was the most recent example. Trump, Kennedy, Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, a lot of them, if you're going, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, if you're taking a radical position, you better be prepared for a radical.
Yeah, you get blasted for it. Or how about Teddy Roosevelt? Yeah, if someone tried to take him out, you know? So,
Malcolm X and MLK each died at 40. And they didn't have an easy time going. Yeah, they each died at 40.
Was it Lincoln got assassinated? Garfield, McKinley, Kennedy. Someone tried to get Roosevelt. Someone tried to get Reagan, and someone tried to get Orange Man.
Mm.
And then FDR died in office. Truman.
Heart attacks.
No. So someone.
A few attempts on Reagan.
Someone tried to get FDR, but he was unharmed. I didn't know that. Do you guys know that? There was an attempt on FDR?
No.
I didn't know that at all.
There was a few attempts on Reagan too.
I only know the one, the most famous one.
And then someone tried on Truman and Ford. I'll be damned. Yeah, Gerald Ford, man. Someone tried to get him twice. Both carried out by women too. See, there you go, guys. Coincidence? I think not. You know, I think not.
Was it Lee Harvey Oswald or was it Stephanie Harvey Oswald?
To embark on establishing programs like Social Security.
Well, actually, speaking of that, there's kind of theories that they think it was Jackie Kennedy in the front seat that might have killed him. That the footage was edited.
Nah.
So it could have been a woman too who she could have just shot him right in the head, like under the chin. But I don't know. I think that's conspiratorial. People would have seen that.
That's extreme.
You know, if that's what radical means, call me a radical.
President should not be asking for more money to an agency that has systematically violated human rights. The president should be really defending why we are funding such an agency at all.
God, shut up. God, what is going on, right? Wait, you guys know who else is bad? Hold on. There you go. Where are we here? Where's this knucklehead here? Where is she? Is this copyright? Hold on. Where's she at? 1 second, guys.
One,
This chick.
she's not in office
we are
anymore.
able to have tests who are. Oh my God! There's an earthquake. Sorry, there was an earthquake right now. Wow. Well, this is Iceland. You. Sorry about
Prime
that.
Minister.
Imagine if there was like, yes, yep,
okay,
yeah, a mess, and then we all remember. You guys remember her?
Wait, what?
That's the Prime Minister.
Oh
of
yeah, I
Iceland.
remember this. Yeah.
I'll drive my car
Tweet
into the bridge.
304, yeah.
I don't care. I love it. Look at that. That's the Prime Minister doing shots.
Sure.
Oh, look at that.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Look at that. So Finland's suffering from record high energy prices. Hold on. Lack of health care and elderly care professionals. And this is the Prime Minister. Yeah. Look at that, guys.
36-year-old.
Youngest
304.
ever. Yeah. Look.
I wonder how she got that position.
Of course, some simp.
Yeah.
Some simp. Come on, dude. Now, guys, how stupid can you be? Like,
Yeah.
who is this person that posted this? You know what I mean? She's the Prime Minister. I've got a video with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister,
Yeah.
crikey.
Hashtag finish on my face.
Hashtag pearl necklace. Oh no, look at that. Look at that, man. Look at
And you
that.
know they're
Look-
on
you
drugs
tell her
there.
she's
Yeah.
a goddamn whore. What an absolute mess, guys.
Can you
Guys, make sure
imagine
to-
being like a grandma in Finland and like seeing something like this? How you would feel?
Yeah. You know? And guys, who do you think
Finished on
Finnish-
her?
Finnish Chad is? Or,
Yeah.
or aka Helmut. He's sitting there speaking, shooting up the walls, right?
Yeah. Finishing me.
Jesus. Hey guys, I'm gonna go to this house party, and my homeboy knows the Prime Minister. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there wasn't pictures of them doing any lines or anything.
Blow or
you know?
something. Yeah, that's what I was
Sitting
gonna
there. Dude, man, Finnish chicks are not that cute, man. Like, there's like one or two cute ones, but I didn't realize that they had majestic sea Features in Finland.
I mean, basically, they just one step removed from being on Pornhub, huh?
That's true. That is so true, man. You know? Yeah, yeah.
Red Door put that, so she must have been under it when they joined NATO.
Look at that. They asked her to take a drug test. Look at that. Didn't she,
She's 36.
didn't she step down?
young
Hold on. Let's see.
to be the head of state. There's no one that should be that young doing the head of state.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no reason why. There's no reason why this should. I mean, guys, look. Guys, look. This is not a gender thing. Well, probably is, because a lot of men know if they're gonna party up and snort lines off of 304's chest, they're gonna do it either like in another country or in some cabin in the woods and take everyone's phones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, you see some of the scandals.
They're not going to be
sometime,
Hunter doing it.
But what are you doing, man?
Overseas now, the Prime Minister of Finland is facing some heat over a video shot at a private party. CBS reporter Ian Lee has that story.
Finland's prime minister, that's her on the left, never expected video of her dancing with friends at private parties would be made public. 36-year-old
guys, who do you think made the video public? Right? It had to be one of her friends. Probably was
Probably
like
your personal assistant or something.
Yeah. Probably got like $1 million for it too. You know? 'Cause can you imagine being the reporter who got? Can you imagine Snowboard gets a call? He's like, "Dog, yo, editor, guess what I got."
That would be
Guess
awesome.
what I got. Let's go.
Donna Marin says the clips were meant to only be seen by friends and says she has nothing to hide. And while most Finns seem to support her, an opposition leader called the behavior unbecoming of a prime minister and requested Marin take...
Which is true. And she has to know, guys, look, I know that we say, oh, you know, that equality. But guys, as a woman, especially a young one, guys, she should know that there's going to be a whole bunch of people out there looking for any mistake. Hell, even us, right? Because, guys, once again, we don't think that she should be there in the first place, right? You know?
Yep.
And here she is acting stupid. So she should know better. But once again, guys.
A woman in politics is like a donkey doing calculus.
Straight up, dude.
Take a drug test. Marin admits there was alcohol at the two parties this summer, but says no drugs were present.
I present younger generation.
When Marin took office in 2019, she was the world's youngest sitting national leader, and she acknowledged the challenge at her age.
I'm an individual, a person, a real person also, even though I'm a prime minister. So I won't change the way I behave. Of course.
You should.
Yeah, guys.
But
Doubling down. Doubling down, guys. You know what I mean?
There's no one mature enough at 36 to be the head of state. That's regardless of gender.
Yeah, hey, you know what, Joseph? You are... Guys, I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I think Joseph said it. All of us agree. There's no reason why a 36-year-old should be head of any country, period.
Yeah.
I'm 36. And I know I would not. I just don't have the maturity and the mental. I would have to be at least late 40s, and that's pushing.
Now, I mean, this isn't like back in like 1855 where the average person died when they were 40 or whatever. Because then by the time, I mean, you were doing man stuff by the time you were 13 or 14. You know what I'm saying? But this is when, guys, the modern age, they've invented like this extended teenage years where it's like 16 to 24. These chicks are still teenagers, you know, to 25.
Yeah.
So Jeff with the $2, man. Appreciate that, my friend. Thanks so much, guys. Make sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. Guys, we have memberships now. I think we had one earlier, guys. So I'm trying to have a two membership join per live streams. So guys, go to the memberships and try and join. Appreciate that.
Seriously,
garlic croutons, dude.
Guys, where are we on the likes here? Let's see. We're at 87 likes, guys. Make sure to hit the like button. Appreciate that, guys. Yeah, Mike says far too young. Facts. Yeah, she has these Billy Corgan teeth, you know? Yeah. Steve said, on the other hand, I don't like our politicians being ancient. Yeah, I think that there should be local. I think that you can be in your like late 20s or early 30s. But I think that once you're past the age of 65, you shouldn't be able to be a congressperson or a mayor or a senator or any of that anymore. So, 808 Barrett, he says no age for common sense. You can be young and achieving these. Yes, well, I don't think you have the experience.
You don't have the wisdom.
You don't have the wisdom. You haven't been you haven't done enough. You know, like at 35, because so I'm 44, right? And I know a lot more now than I knew at 36. 35.
Also, too, a lot of people don't really respect somebody who's kind of younger than them, and to a degree. That you can, but you know, I think that's important if they're a little bit older than the vast majority of the population. That you respect your elders a little bit more than people younger than just. It's not saying that people that are younger than you are stupid or something. Just it's kind of a natural thing. So for like a leader, you kind of want them to be a little bit more, older than
worldly. Yeah.
I have to be careful.
Especially if a lot of them were like in law school until they were like 26, 27.
Right. Yeah. So
doing
they've
some
only
PhD.
been.
So they've only been in the world for like So, Joe, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying to Snowboarder's point that the reason why we naturally respect our elders is because we know inherently they have, generally speaking, a level of maturity that we don't have. So you respect them because of the knowledge and the understanding that they can impart on us. So that's a natural thing. And of course, you don't look on someone who's much younger than you and say, well, they're leading me in this country. That doesn't, that's too far of a gap.
Yeah.
No.
Too big of a gap.
Oh, no. Inside Finland's female-led government.
Coalition of-
Oh, no. Oh, no. That Finland is cooked.
Finland is cooked.
We are nowhere near that. And I thought we was bad, but we are nowhere near.
And Akuna Onwen is the chair of Finland's anti.
Whoa! How did the B-Dogs come into this in Finland? What is?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
They're hijacking the whole thing.
Run amok.
What is going on? Someone says, according to Wikipedia, the population in Finland of African descent is 0.9%. And if they follow the overall age distribution, then 70% of them over 18 to be MPs. So the fact that there is one of them is fairly representative. So they're trying to say that there's racism because there's no black people in the government. You have two right here in a population of 0.9%. This is what happens when you put 304s in charge.
They really don't deserve any representation, not at that number.
But you know why? It's because, guys, Finland is the country of Finnish people. That's their country. If you go there, guys, this isn't like America where there is no ethnic American, meaning like anyone can come here and be American. The Finnish people have the right to say we would prefer our country to remain a majority Finnish, and we would like our government of people to look like us. I don't see anything wrong with that. China can do it. Japan can do it. Korea can do it. Why can't Finland? Why can't England? Why can't Germany? Why can't France? Why? What the fuck is going on? What is going on? And what?
Racist forum.
Look at this.
niin on myös se, että vaikka sä kouluttautuisit todella korkealle, niin sä et silti saa sun oman alan töitä. Eli Suomessa...
Because you're black and you're in Finland.
They're good. They're doing a good grift. They're working a grift.
This is not racism. This is not.
Some people just say that because there is women, you will make a certain type of policy, or it's...
And that's true.
Yeah.
Guys, put a 1 if you agree with that. Put a 1 if you agree. Hey guys, here's the thing. How do they have such a government of cucks when
I know.
Russia's right there. Didn't they learn once? You remember right before WW2 and the Russians came in and all those Finnish chads on skis said and chased the Russians off? Those guys are turning in their graves, man. How do you have one of the most Chad groups of all time where the Finns from, was it 19?
Yeah.
When was that?
They'd like live off on skis for days and stuff.
$1944? No. Hold on. 1939. Yeah. 1939. Nothing but Chads in Finland. They fought off the Russian military, dude. Straight up. Straight up. Despite being heavily outnumbered and outgunned, so the Finnish army, aided by harsh winter conditions and their knowledge of the terrain, will put up a strong resistance and use guerrilla tactics, relying on the skills of their soldiers in winter warfare. And now, guys, this is what's going on. Someone says, LOL. So Finland is a white majority country, so duh, you are less likely to find minorities in positions of power. What the hell?
That's a black man. He's saying this. I mean, it's like, no, you don't get representation. You're lucky you got the 1, but now you're fighting for more. When
and I'm sure they have really good equality. Like, there's not any problems there either.
Someone says those countries have a history of empire. What? Dude, Finland never had an empire, you dummy.
Didn't they have Vikings and shit like that? Am I not? They were like, no, was it Scotland, like Finland? It was like the Scandinavian country. They had that warrior aspect to them. They were conquerors. You know, they were crazy.
No,
shit.
Not anymore.
But the Vikings didn't have an empire though. They didn't colonize. You know what I'm saying? They would raise stuff to the ground and then go back home. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at where like Finland is.
I guess I watched too many movies, huh?
Oh yeah. But obviously, guys, you know that there's black Vikings now, right? Have you guys heard the TikTok knuckleheads saying that there's black Vikings?
No, I haven't.
No, but look, Finland. You could throw.
I mean, like they were saying there were black samurais. That thing.
The location of Finland, they weren't the Vikings, because do you see that Norway is here and the Atlantic Ocean's there, but Finland is here. They're on the inside, so there's nowhere for them to go. There's Sweden, and they could go out past Norway, but they were always in this area here. So the Vikings were the Norwegians over here. So
they did the sea work. They were the sea
Isn't Belarus right next door too? And they're like very patriarchal.
Yeah. So you have Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Russia, Poland. So
they were landlocked. Okay.
Basically. Yeah, man, they're cooked.
They gotta get together, man.
Cooked. Why? How can you just give your whole country away to just broads, dude? Why? And then talk about diversity.
It's embarrassing.
Guys, what is the diversity? What are the demographics of Finland? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's see.
They want
Demographics.
equal representation, but they're getting overrepresentation. So,
Yep. Well, guys, that's like the LDHD TVs in our country, and then the people with the small hats and like Hollywood and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Seriously?
Yeah. But I kind of don't blame those B-dubs. They're making their move in gaining personal power in a way. They're
guys,
kind of playing them.
89.8% is Finnish, and then 1.3% is African. Why in the world? Why? Why? Why would you talk?
It's nothing. you.
And what's funny is, guys, I honestly think that European kind of countries are being held to standards of diversity that no other group of countries on earth are. You don't hear them talking about the forced diversity in Argentina or Brazil or Pakistan or Mongolia, right? What about the black people in Mongolia? The freaking 2 of them that are in Mongolia. One of them should be prime minister of Mongolia, right? Please. What about the 2 Asians that are in friggin' Uganda? Doesn't make any sense.
You don't hear that. I wonder why it's like that when it's not the case everywhere else, but these European countries.
Because the Europeans put up with it.
Well, it's that woke mind virus, or whatever. It's very powerful. I mean, look at what this just did here.
Yeah.
This wouldn't have happened unless they're guilted into it, basically.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or
no, whoa, hold on. It's because they're part of the EU. That's why.
Yeah.
And they have to do it. They're being strong-armed into it. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, guys. Put a 1 if you agree. And that's why Brexit happened, guys.
Yep.
Because England, they're saying, no, we don't want this crazy diversity. And we don't want... So England left Brexit mostly because of the open borders. Because now they can at least try and fight all the illegals coming in. But under Brexit, it was just, the floodgates. So
NATO's an influence as well.
Facts.
Finland's a part of NATO, and that's just same thing like the EU.
Yep. Now, guys, let me see. Where are we here? We're at... Okay. Of course. We got to talk about Knucklehead McGee here, right? Guys, can I do a... Hold on. Let me see if I can do a poll here. Hold on. To see who's the... Let me see here, guys. Give me a second. Okay. Let's do a poll, guys. Who is the worst?
Oh, you're gonna do AOC versus
AOC. Omar.
The black AOC.
Or was it Jasmine Crockett, aka Ratchet?
You know what? You got 3 different. You got the Spanish one, the black one, and the Muslim one. They're all crazy. They're all the same, but they just come from different.
I should have put Knucklehead Harris in there too, actually. But you know what? Though she's got it dropped off the face of the earth.
She'll never hear from her.
She dug a big hole, like friggin'.
So there'll be a ghost-written book, and you'll never hear from her again.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I took a terrorism class. And
is that a such thing?
Yeah, there was.
So there is a lab for that?
There was a class that you.
Do you go to a lab?
No,
go out a field trip.
We learned the ideology of.
I'm glad you do that.
And so it was the thing that was interesting in the class was every time the professor said Al Qaeda, he sort of like his shoulders went up, and
Yeah, he's in command here.
Al Qaeda, Hezbollah.
He's an expert.
And it was,
what's his name? What put his name on
we
the
are not,
area?
we
Where
are
does he
not
live?
saying his name.
Yeah.
You probably get to see him on CNN.
Yeah, of course. I loved him when he was growing up. It was like,
And retired Navy SEAL Dan Crenshaw also sounding off against Omar, tweeting this. First member of Congress to ever describe terrorists who killed thousands of Americans on 9/11 as some people who did something.
Right there, guys. Now, guys, you remember that Knucklehead here said that white men are the most dangerous people. Right? And guys, have you seen who she's married to?
Her brother?
Look at this, guys.
Oh, a white guy. Okay.
Hold on. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that, man. Look at that.
Who is it?
Oh yeah, guys, how did this
Wow.
ever? This just happened, right? When they're no, this is back
I
in
didn't know that.
2020. Did anything come from this? Did anything come from this? Where they were saying that she paid his consulting firm this money? Huh.
Oh, you mean any penalty? No, probably
Yeah.
not.
Look at that. Yeah, I thought that you cisgendered hetero white men were the most dangerous group of people. Right?
Oh my god. I didn't know this.
Look at this. What a mess. What an absolute mess.
And you know what might take it even farther? That guy might wear a small hat, which would make her even more of a hypocrite.
Might be. What's his name?
I don't know. It's like
Knucklehead
Goldenstein or
Nick
something
Idiot.
like that.
Tim Minette.
Minette.
That's
Oh, she's been married like 3 times? What? Who is this guy? Tim Minette.
No, he's been married.
Ooh, his business partner is now defrauding an investor for $1.2 million. Look at that. Ooh, so wait, she was cheating on her husband with this guy. So Minette, who was once Omar's campaign fundraiser, married the politician in 2020 after they were both embroiled in an affair scandal.
Oh.
Look at that.
Lake Rose Capital.
Wow, look at that, dude. And this chick thinks she's strong and independent, right, guys? Right?
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Well, guys, it sounds like she's a bit more like Knucklehead Harris than we thought, right? You know? Just banging and clanging everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I think she's probably the most extreme. I kind of respect her the most in the sense that she's just the most extreme of them. Not respect her, but, you know. Because I do think she like married her brother to help get here or something too.
Really? Ugh.
Yeah, that's why I was saying her brother. Yeah, you never heard about this? She like married her brother or something. If you type in
hold on,
Ulan
Let's
Omar and brother.
Let me see what
That's why I was saying that before.
I thought you were joking.
No. They probably took it out, and it's probably not in Wikipedia.
Let's go to controversies here. Do they have any?
There's no way it's gonna be on Wikipedia. No way.
Man.
I'll see if I can look it up, but it's
Isn't it crazy how
I wasn't
like,
saying that for just like
how
no
she's-
reason.
She's from the place where there's a lot of
Sand, but I'm saying that guy might wear a small hat.
but
the
she
guy
was
who cheated
campaigning
on, which would
for
give
LDHD TV. Isn't that funny how this works, right?
funny here.
What a mess! What an absolute mess, man, guys. Who would vote for these idiots, man? Let's see how the poll is going, guys. Make sure to go and vote on the poll, right? Because I'm gonna close it down in a couple of minutes here. Oops. In like 5 minutes. So, let me see. Let's see how we are on the likes, guys. Yeah, guys, make sure to hit the like button. So we're almost at 100 likes, guys. The super chat button's there, guys. We have memberships now, so guys, if you feel like becoming a member, hit the membership button on the main page. And here we go, guys. Let's look a little bit more here. Now, there was someone who said, oops, that's this one. Who is the...
Unbelievable. AOC coming to Omar's defense with this ridiculous response. You refuse to co-sponsor the 9/11 Victims Compensation Fund, yet have the audacity to drum a resentment towards Elon with completely out-of-context quotes. In 2018, right-wing extremists were behind almost all of U.S. domestic terror killings. Why don't you go do something about that?
Has faced increased death threats following a controversial tweet from the president. President Trump tweeted Friday, "We will never forget," an interspersed video of comments by Congresswoman Omar. Now, this was a retweet, so intersperse those comments with footage from 9/11. Omar responded on...
Oh, guys, here, this is the mayor chick right here that got the DUI.
Of a Burlington County township is facing charges after police say she was driving under the influence with her 2-year-old in the car.
Look at that.
Police say she was driving erratically and an open container of alcohol, they say, was in the vehicle. Tonight, her family is asking for grace, saying she needs help. Tuesday night, Rick Osprey Hall is joining us. The big story on Action News is the arrest of Lumberton's mayor.
Investigators say she was driving impaired yesterday, and police were made aware of this incident because of a witness recording video showing the mayor driving in a way that was dangerous to other people out there on the road.
New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman is live for us in Lumberton. And Trish, you had a chance to speak with the mayor's husband today.
I did, and he tells me that she is now entering treatment after this. Court records say Mayor Gina LaPlaca picked up her toddler from daycare, and the child was allegedly in the car as she drove while under the influence.
Laughing, man.
Oh, this
What's
is
up,
the New
dude?
Jersey one.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you as usual.
Lumberton's mayor, Gina LaPlaca, has been charged with driving under the influence and endangering a child in the car with her.
Gina is someone who has struggled and is now getting that help that she needs. I ask that everyone keep her in their thoughts as she moves forward on her road to recovery.
According to court documents, a witness took video yesterday of a driver unable to stay in their lane and nearly hitting a utility pole. Police located that vehicle at the home of Gina LaPlaca, where she allegedly admitted to officers that she had been drinking and had recently picked up her 2-year-old from daycare. Court documents also say an open container of alcohol was found in the car. LaPlaca's husband told Action News she's now seeking treatment for addiction.
Gina's a loving and caring mother and stepmother. Our oldest is a teenager, can see all the unkind things online. And I just simply ask that you respect our privacy.
True things online.
LaPlaca was elected to Township Committee in 2020 and re-elected in 2023. She recently
AJ,
left
in the
her
private
position.
chat, I think I found the Ulan Omar thing.
Yeah, all right, let me see. Hold on, all right. Let's see. Mentioned. Okay. Wait. Claims Vovert after Vovert's brother husband dig what? Called are part of the Jihad Squad. as she referenced an unconfirmed accusation that she married her brother. What?
I think in the video it says that there's like DNA evidence that they like swabbed them.
Huh.
So it wasn't really an article, it was like the video.
Okay, let me see.
No,
This
the one that's up more. Up more.
This
that,
one?
yeah.
Ready to make a move on compounded GLP-1 medications? Take the
So it's been known for quite a while that Ilhan Omar apparently married her own brother to help him gain entry illegally into the country. That's
what?
Yeah, I was telling you, man.
True?
Yeah, I think it really is, man. I'm telling you. I didn't come up with this out of nowhere. I thought you guys knew that. Yeah.
It's a violation of immigration law. That actually happened, it turns out. And now we're learning the FBI had evidence to confirm it, but didn't do anything about it.
What?
I told you. That's why I said she married her brother.
All right, guys. I'm going to shut the poll down right now. So guys, make sure... All right, guys. Looks like AOC got it, guys. 40%. So VFD will say AOC's the worst.
She gets the most attention for sure.
That's true, man.
Randa Devine is an actual journalist. She works at the New York Post, where she writes a column. She joins us tonight to explain what exactly happened. Randa, thanks so much for coming on.
Pleasure, Tucker. Well, some basically Republican operatives up in Minnesota decided to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on private investigators to really find out if Ilhan Omar was a genetic
Waterstar says Game of Thrones.
match, the DNA match to the man who was her second husband. They went to 3 continents. They found a cigarette butt and a drinking straw, which they decided, they sent it to a DNA laboratory and found conclusively that the DNA matched, that the second husband was a sibling, according to this DNA.
Ugh, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I could have gone my entire life without knowing that, right? Let's see. Guys, here, guys, I'm going to show you a couple things here, because, guys, I got to go to woke Instagram. All right, let's see. I hope I can find this again. There was one for this chick. She was like, yeah, I can do this on my own. And then she's like cutting the, she's trying to do woodwork, but she'll spread the measuring tape out and then cut the measuring tape. Look at this, guys. Look.
Probably like got
First one.
sucked up into the sauce.
Look,
Oh my god.
Look. It gets worse.
Oh my god! Get it out of here! Get it away from me! Oh my god! It's like a video game character.
Hold on.
It's my husband anyway.
Oops. Sorry, guys. This is where is it? Here we go. Oops.
My husband was taken away from me in the middle of the night. It was one of the most terrifying times of my life. I don't think I've ever experienced anything scarier than that. And we get to our apartment door. We were unlocking the door, and a man comes up behind us and holds the door open. So
This is that knucklehead who got arrested, right? Basically, I said. Right, and now she's crying about it, right? And all I can say is, right? I mean, come on, get him out of here, guys. Guys, look at this knucklehead right here.
Oh my god.
getting tattoo removal.
Silly Jedi. Silly Jedi.
Look at that, man. Look.
That's just
at
crazy.
That. Someone says right. Look at this. Getting pictures and souvenirs that have your dead name on them. What a mess. Oh yeah, guys, look. I'm doing a video on lip fillers soon. But guys, look, did you know they're wearing prosthetic lips? Watch.
Oh, guys, nah. Valentine's Day is cancelled. How can my bottom lip be coming off while me and my Valentines are kissing? I am so embarrassed. I want to be swallowed up by the earth right now. I literally have to run out of the hotel, yeah. I'm literally outside at almost 4 a.m. waiting for my Uber because, listen, I blocked that man on everything. He calling me everything. I'm embarrassed. How can my lip be coming off? Because he was like, oh, babe, so something's going on with your bottom lip. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, something's going on with your bottom lip. And I go check in the mirror, bruh. My lip is coming off. I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
Jedi said, what is going on? Guys.
Oh my god.
Guys,
why
these
would you make
chicks
a
are
video
cooked.
of that too?
They're cooked. Cooked, guys.
So, is that what happens when you get like a lip injection, or that's like
no.
like a
These are like press-on
thing?
lips. You know what I'm saying?
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, rate the Delulu level.
It's over 9,000.
I can't believe my bottom lip came off. Yo, I'm not dating anymore. No, I'm done. Take me out. Take me out. My cat needs to hurry up. I am embarrassed. Imagine you're kissing someone new and bottom lip comes off.
Ugh.
No.
That's all she learned, guys. Is that she's not gonna date anymore. That's all she learned. Right? And guys, look.
So when y'all gonna start telling non-westernized women that they daddies gave them unrealistic expectations of men too? Because when I go to work, these non-westernized women, these Filipino women, these Vietnamese or any Asian descent, these Indian women, they daddies pay for their undergraduate. These daddies pay for their nursing degrees. These daddies pay for their nurse practitioner program. These daddies pay for their medical school. These daddies pay for their dental school. These daddies pay for their accounting programs. These daddies pay for their engineering program. These daddies pay for their apartments that they lived in off campus because they didn't want to live on campus and pay for everything. Had a credit card, paid for everything. The child didn't have no damn job. After high school, 12 years after high school, they didn't have no job. They literally got taken care of by their daddy. And then after that, daddies bought their medical practices. Daddy bought the dental practice, helped start the practice for them. Like, stop playing in our faces.
Thank you, Earth. Thank you. Right? She's trying to equate a father's love to what, like romantic love from a boyfriend. What she's what she doesn't realize she's doing is she's in a roundabout way explaining why fathers are important and how a girl that had a good father is going to always lap a girl who didn't, right?
Yep.
Because she's thinking that this is strange. Guys, put a 1 if you either dated a girl, you went to college with a girl whose dad was a stand-up guy successful. You know, she had a nice car. She wasn't spoiled, or even she was spoiled, right? Spoiled girl. She had a new car, didn't have to work in college paid for. Guys, ultimately, I'm not spoiling, but that's what a parent wants to do for their kids, right?
Yeah.
You don't want your kids to struggle. She's saying that's unrealistic
daughter was
expectations.
probably not being a 304 all around.
Yes,
either.
and the daughter had respect for her father because the father is the only man in her life who loves her without wanting anything from her. People are so stupid.
And that's the thing about it. Y'all gotta stop just working at Best Buy as a fucking customer service representative, Little Radio, telling grown women that got degrees that the people that they was in school with, talking to, doing projects with, we work with, we sitting here, we done work with these people for years. I done been with this man and this woman for 11,000 hours. We've been working together for 5 years, and you gonna tell me that non-westernized man don't know what non-westernized culture is? You gonna tell me that non-westernized woman don't know what the non-westernized culture is that they came out of? But you want us to believe you, the man that don't have nothing but a high school diploma or GED, barely made it out of high school, and you want us to believe you? Oh, you learned to trade? Great. You still don't know what we know. So,
and yet he's gonna have a job, and yet you're gonna be homeless, and yet you're gonna be some DEI hire or some DEI job that just got fired, and yet you're gonna be homeless, in debt, broke, right? What are you talking about? Yeah, you have a trade. Guys, the majority of six-figure jobs in America are trade jobs. There's more guys making six figures who don't have degrees than guys who do. Period. What are you talking about? Guys, this is the walking, talking reason of why women need to have fathers.
Yeah.
Because if not, they end up just like this.
when we say y'all act like y'all hate black women, this is what we say.
Well, we actually do. Gonna say act like it. What is she talking about?
Yeah.
I tell you guys, I'm allergic by now. I'm dead serious. I'm allergic.
Saying because you mad that a black woman don't want to go 50-50, but will try to date an Asian woman whose daddy bought everything, the first house, the car, investment property,
and she'll still be nice, and she'll still put a friggin' pot sticker on a plate for you. Her dad will have bought her a house, bought her a Lexus, but if she guys, my girl's Korean.
Her dad's not nug.
Guys, she will throw a whole Korean barbecue platter. She'll make friggin' all types of. I don't even ask. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this chick right here, you know, I don't think she realizes what.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because they will do Middle Eastern girls, Asian girls, you know, some Africans, right? Guys, why is it the Asian girls are the most educated, the most accomplished, the highest earning, and they are the most married and the least divorced? Isn't that funny how that works? Huh?
Strong father, strong
It's just
parent.
strong family, period.
Yeah.
If you can manage to have one of those Asians where their family's okay with their daughter marrying a black guy or a white guy, because we know some Asians are pretty racist. But guys, they will cheat. Her mom will be like, why is there not friggin', you know, so whatever, you know, a traditional dish on that plate for him.
It's rainy. Why don't you make him soup today or something?
Thank you very much. So this chick's playing herself.
She just looks like garbage saying
Yeah.
it.
Can you imagine?
Paying for the practice. We got this grown ass women getting out of school who are non-westernized, right? From a non-westernized culture.
Which means
That's
they
what we
value
want.
men. Which means they value men, they value relationships, and they value children. This chick, she is really, really not doing herself a favor here.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
With absolutely no debt. And you really think, Lil Radio, she wants you? You don't think that her daddy gave her an unrealistic expectation of men? You think her daddy was like, even though I'm doing all this, baby girl, even though you've been debt-free for 30, 40 years, don't expect no man to do it for you. Is that really what y'all thinking? So when y'all gonna start telling non-West?
Look at that, guys. They're cooked.
She's
guys,
jealous,
B-dubs,
too, is a
guys,
lot of what it
B-dubs
is.
are hopeless, man.
Yeah.
You know? Guys, avoid them like the plague. You guys can.
If Whoopi Goldberg was here right now, what would you tell her?
I'm just gonna say, man, I'm not trying to shame, but Whoopi Goldberg, you one of the ugliest actresses in the history of America. You the goat of ugliness. Nobody think you pretty. Nobody think you even Whoopi Goldberg. And then on top of that, you know how like an ugly girl, she can make herself more beautiful with a good character?
Yeah.
Her character is just as ugly. All she do is she complain and talk about Donald Trump all day, and you got all these billions. Are you not happy, man? Whoopi, I want you to look in the mirror right now. You's an ugly one. And you ugly for selling America down the hall. You're supposed to be an American. I don't even consider you American. But at the end of the day, Whoopi, you ugly.
Hold on, dang it! No, I can't find this that thing where that chick was trying to do that work. I was laughing so hard, man. Oh, here we go.
Right, I understand everyone's got a preference, right? Some
Leave it to B-dubs to ruin an English accent. You know what I'm saying?
people like to date people with children. Some people like to date people without. Okay, I get it. But I feel when we get to a certain age, can people still have those preferences? For example, say men over 35, can they still have a preference to date a woman that doesn't have kids? Because not all, but most 35 plus women might have children, 1 or 2 or 3 children. Like, we've lived life. We might have a marriage behind us, couple relationships, couple baby daddies. Like,
look at that. A
Couple
couple?
baby deletions, yeah.
A couple?
Yeah.
You mean Chad? Tyrone? Long Dong?
Yeah.
Nug 11? Right?
it happens. So is it really fair for a guy in his late 30s to expect to find a woman without children?
Yes.
Yes.
Because guys, right now, pretty much basically the majority of women at age 35 don't have kids. That's why they are the largest group of single moms, of growing single moms. We're almost to the point to where the majority of women don't have kids. You know?
She's trying to also guilt men for even being able to have that preference. Like how dare you think of that? It's just not realistic.
Yep, that's true.
It is realistic. Even if it's not realistic, it's still not wrong to want that.
It's crazy that an entire friendship.
Here it is, guys. Guys, we'll switch gears here in a second. Guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button, guys. Check out the memberships, right? And guys, look at this.
Can be based solely on the possibility of fucking you. The second they figure out you're not interested or unavailable or they find someone else, that's literally it. They go from talking to you all the time or even being one of your closest friends to fucking crickets. And it feels shitty. Like, I'm interested in having genuine, meaningful connections with people, and it sucks when you realize that all of that was just built on some shallow pretense.
You mean like when a woman monkey branches? Yeah.
So she just figured it out, guys. Guys, hold on. Joe, I need you to cook with me really fast. Guys, the hubris, the delulu that women think we talk to them because they're actually freaking interesting.
It's over 9,000!
Think about it. Oh my goodness. All these guys must want to know how I feel about Palestine. What is...
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
What is going on? Guys, in the 1910s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, guys, men didn't hang out. Men and women have never, most of the world, men and women don't hang out like that. Single women, the only men and women who hang out are couples and couples friends, or you're with your family members of the opposite sex. But other than that, guys, you don't have friends. My parents didn't have friends of the opposite gender, and my grandparents sure as hell didn't. What is this? There's a reason why socially we were gender segregated. It's because women, especially my grandma's age, my mom's age, knew that if a man's talking to you and taking you out, he wants something from you.
Yeah.
To think that you're just so special, this guy wants to drive, pick you up, and pay for your dinner just to hear you talk.
Yeah.
The fact that they think that they're that interesting, that they're that Guys, they don't even make any sense. They don't even have anything interesting to say. They don't do
I doubt
anything.
she said anything interesting at all.
Men and women have nothing in common at all. Guys, even the ones... Okay. I'm going to do a fireside chat. So a members-only fireside chat about
But
this.
AJ, I love talking about the Kardashians with a chick.
No. But here's the thing, snowboard. Even if it's something that you're both into, her take is so moronic.
Yeah.
And like you'll be talking about Star Wars, and she'll be like, "Well, yeah, but she'll inject something into." Well, I just think that the intersectionality of the feminism behind. What are you talking about? It's Star Wars. Yeah. We're talking about Star Wars. Oh well, I'm all about the NFL. But the fact that, there's only been men and the fact that there's this and that and there needs to be the gender disparity. What are you talking about? We're talking about football. It has nothing to do with they always inject this foolishness. That's why, guys, if I tell you this, I think out of all the most direct thing, because I say, don't date nurses, don't date single moms, guys, do not date chicks that use pronouns. Don't do it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it. You know why? Snowboard?
Because they already have that mindset where it's
because even though let's just say Snowboard meets Stephanie, right? And they're a heterosexual couple. She's the perfect chick. Is a demon in the sack. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have like a partial hysterectomy, still joking, and not get her pregnant.
The dream girl.
But she's gonna be like, oh, can you believe that? Louisiana passed some anti-LDHD TV law, or whatever, or is taking some book out of some school. You're like, I don't care. How dare you not care?
Yeah.
Like, why is this an issue in our relationship?
How dare you?
Right? You're straight. You're two straight people, and yet what's going on with less than 1% of the population is what you are going to have to put up with. Why? Why?
Well, you raised a good point, because by friend, they mean echo chamber of people who agree with their nonsense.
Yes.
That's what they want. They won't ever want to debate anything or, kind of enjoy debating a little bit or like exchanging their ideas, because they're not even really their ideas. They're just what they're told to be a sheep about, basically.
But here's the thing, guys, is this. When men and women used to date, they would get to know each other, right? So the woman would figure out what the man liked also. Now they don't give a damn about the man.
Yeah.
All you're trying to do is not say anything wrong for long enough to hit it. And they want to also they want to talk. Snowboard meets Jennifer. They sit down. Hi, I'm Joe. Hi, I'm Jennifer. So, where are you from? I'm from what's and such. I'm from this. And she goes, so, how do you feel about the geopolitical thing? I was like, what the fuck? What are you talking?
Yeah, yeah.
They start talking about issues that you just don't talk about from the jump. Because the moment that you say anything wrong, anything bad that goes against anything that our knuckleheaded echo chamber friends talk about, all of a sudden it's...
How dare you?
Right? Oh, and guys.
Yeah.
Never, ever feel obligated to sit through the date. If the date's going bad, guys, get up and walk away.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Guys, anyone have anything else to say about these women in politics? Other than they're the worst?
Vote for them.
Matter of fact. Hold on.
Even, actually, yeah, kind of. Even on the right-hand side, they're kind of crazy, too. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene is kind of a nut. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. So, in general, they tend to be, not as logical.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, guys. Give me a second.
So, I mean, I kind of like Marjorie Taylor Greene's philosophy is a little bit more than on the left, but that doesn't mean that, she can't end up being a 304 doing something stupid too.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Someone had dropped one in the Discord. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Let's see here. Guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream. I'd appreciate that. There's one that I saw the other day. Oh, yeah. Red Door dropped this one from Spirit Airlines. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's do this. Copy link. Okay.
It's like the cheapest airline.
I know.
It's going to have the craziest people.
Guys, thanks for being here on a Sunday, guys. Sorry for canceling the live on Friday, guys. Wasn't feeling good, Oh, yeah. So, but I'm on the men's now. Where are we?
That's the sound of the police.
Hey, guys, make sure, guys. Well, once again, so we have memberships now. So hit the join button, guys. I'll do members only content, guys. And then also, guys, there's emojis like Bianca emojis that are for members only. So, guys, make sure to hit the join button. Hold on. Ooh, drunk teen behind the steering wheel. Let's do that. How about that? Guys, let's go to the airport here. Let's change up the ambiance here. Guys, we need 3 more likes and we'll be at 100 likes. So, guys, hit the like button.
We need to take her. She hit me. She put me. She did everything. I'm going to press charge.
All right.
So I want her over here.
Okay.
That's it. So
Ma'am, do you have a driver's license or anything?
Yes, I do.
Driver's license ID, please.
All right.
We will get it. No.
No, but don't.
No.
Don't come in and tell me because she told you what
Please.
Listen to both of us first.
ID and driver's license.
All right. Listen to both of us first. Don't judge. That's the problem with cops. I'm a cop myself. That's the problem as a cop. We judge one side. So don't judge one side. Listen to me and let me show you. But I'm not lying. I'm going to show you everything that you ask. I'm a cop. I'm a veteran. So I'm going to show you my paperwork and I'm going to show you she's lying. Don't judge one side. Okay? Do not judge. I'm pregnant. I've been here since 9:11 p.m. I missed my flight. They put me for this flight. And I'm going to show you my ticket. So you know what? The girl didn't like me. She had an attitude with me.
Oh, I remember this one. Yes, Ray, I remember this one. Yeah. Hold on, guys, hold on.
In March 2024, sheriff's deputies responded to... hold on.
Whoa.
In March 2024, sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a suspicious vehicle in Lee County, Florida. Prior to their arrival, medical personnel discovered the driver slumped unconscious in the parked car alongside the roadway. EMS assessed the situation and expressed their concern that the driver may have been under the influence of alcohol.
Hold on.
Hey. She go.
What? He's going to give him a kiss.
Get up front.
Yes, it just said Avril Lavigne.
Hey. Can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, God.
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
Why not? Hey, you cannot. What's your name? Huh?
I just wanted to go home. And
Where's-
they told me they were gonna send me home.
Where's home?
Look at this guy laughing right here.
Oh, this feet are hurting my.
Hey, listen to me. We need to talk. You can't just run away, okay? Take a deep breath. You're not leaving. Stay right here. Stay right here. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Stop.
All right. Hey. Are you okay? What's your name? My name is Deputy Luna. What's your name, ma'am?
Paige.
Paige?
Right.
Where are you coming from, Paige?
Right, my feet.
Okay. Do you have anything to drink today?
I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to.
That's not what I'm asking you, Paige.
Yes, it is. That's what they always do. I don't want to go to jail. I am not going to jail. I am not answering that until I have a court in this.
So you don't know if you had anything to drink
I
today?
am not going to jail. I am not going to jail. I am not answering that until I have.
There's 2 bottles in the passenger floorboard.
No!
Hey, cut it out.
Stop.
Don't do
Paige,
something stupid.
Paige, do you want to participate in a field sobriety exercise?
Yes, please, God,
You
yes,
do?
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so we'll get that going, okay?
Right now?
Yeah, give me a second. So
No, not a second. I want to do it now.
let me go get my sheet because my trainee's gonna do it for him.
Because y'all don't understand.
Guys, so this goes on for like this long, and hold on.
You'd be placed under arrest for driving under the influence.
Look at her
She's
face.
like the girl from that Whoop That Trick
Look at her
movie.
face. Look at her face, man. Look at this. Look at
Clown.
the size of her face.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll put this on one of like the most annoying chicks one, but that's just one.
I'm not getting into it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, let's look at this one here. Look at this idiot right here, and it sucks because she's wearing Seahawks gear. So someone dropped this in the Discord too. Who was it? Whoever you are, shout yourself out in the chat. So.
This woman was bold enough to shoplift from Ralph Lauren.
Look, the
attempt
cops
to
right
flee
there.
right in front of an officer.
Oh my God.
It's time! Stop.
Okay, don't stop.
And quit trying to move around. Okay, what?
Drop
Good anyways?
No, okay.
You're being audio and video recorded.
I know, but I got receipts on.
All the takes are on. Don't make any bad decisions.
I'm bad.
Any more bad decisions.
No, I'm not.
That was so funny.
Unfortunately, you gotta go to jail today.
Okay. Going to jail?
Yep.
All right.
You don't come to Centralia and steal.
Oh, no. Let me tell the person that I'm with that I'm going.
Nope. Let's go. Anything else you supposed to
Yes, it is. I have some stuff in
Is
my
this in Centralia, Washington?
She didn't steal nothing. She just did a return though. But she was shopping with her.
You have some stuff where?
In my boots.
Okay.
In my
You
boots.
You have to have a female, right?
Nope.
Okay. Yes, you can't
Stand right
touch
here.
Okay.
We're getting the stolen
Don't
stuff
touch
from you.
me. But you can't touch me because I'm a female, right?
No, that's not right. You have stolen stuff.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
We're gonna get the stolen
Okay,
stuff
but
out.
you okay?
Yeah, I wasn't stealing nothing.
Right. Well, you were with her and she just stole stuff.
Okay, they know that I was in here and I didn't steal
I know.
nothing.
I'm just.
They can-
All I'm doing is
Oh
asking
God,
if you
she's
know
gonna
her.
make it worse.
All I'm doing is asking if you know her.
Yeah, this is in Centralia, Washington, guys. Guys, Centralia's a shithole, dude. I'm sorry. Maybe enough people left Olympia to move to friggin' Centralia, but yikes, dude, you know? And yeah, Reza is right. Right, she says,
I told you don't touch my things. Why did you guys don't touch my things?
I was. Okay. What's going on with her?
I don't have a clue.
So you didn't know she was gonna do that?
No, I did not. I was
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
in here taking back and returning my stuff. I had a receipt for everything I had besides from these pants right here, but I walked in here with them.
Okay.
And they know that.
Okay.
Look, she's telling you that I did not take nothing.
Yeah, she's not. I'm just asking.
I'm like-
She already told me that. I'm just asking you if you know her. Did I tell you you're detained?
Yeah,
Did I tell you you're
but
under
I'm just
arrest?
like, no, but I'm like,
I didn't. But I can ask you a question, right? If you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer.
Okay, yeah, I didn't take
I'm
anything.
just asking.
But you can't touch me as a female.
Yeah.
I am a female. I'm a
No.
woman. He can touch me.
Yeah. You're a thief, so we're gonna get all the stuff.
So, but
You hit my play button on my dash cam.
the right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay, where I have stolen stuff, he can touch me in my boobs.
Well, hold on 1 second here. Let me make sure they don't want you trespassed or anything. Would you like?
Don't
Sit her
touch
up.
my things,
You want?
Mr. Chop.
Like her trespassed? No.
I'm
Other one, obviously. Okay. All right, you're good to go.
She was the lookout or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Screwed
thank
up.
you. He cannot touch me in my boobs.
Are you going to make a scene?
No,
Yes.
but he can't touch me in my
'Cause you're,
boobs,
you're,
right?
you're going to the Lewis County Jail.
That's fine, but he can't touch me in my boobs.
He's not going to touch
He
your breast.
threw me on the ground.
I threw you on the ground?
Yes, you did. You
realize
did.
this
You
whole-
threw me
hey,
in the road.
Hey, this whole thing
Hey,
is on
my
body
ass.
cam.
Just
You
take her to
cannot
jail.
touch me. Yeah, he can't touch me in my boobs. He's touching me in my boobs. He snatched me in my arm. He whipped between my legs and all that.
It's all on camera.
Yes, it is.
Are you done now?
Yeah, I got a
you
permit.
know you have the right to remain silent, right?
You have the right to not touch me. Okay, see, what are you doing? See? Are you serious?
I ain't that serious.
Okay, but you can't touch me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Get it.
I am under the web, but he can't touch me. Yep, he touched me. Grab my phone. Hold on. Get.
Nope, you get nothing.
Now, you're about to see the lengths a person will go to and the lies they'll tell to get out of an arrest.
He touched me in my pussy and everything. Oh, my mama, he went in my pussy. He went in my pussy.
Look at that, guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
She knows she's being recorded.
Run amok.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He went my pussy.
I'm like, I got receipts.
She's getting nothing.
Okay,
You can
that's
go.
fine. I'm like, I have receipts for
You
everything
don't
that
get
I
to
got.
act like that and get
No,
anything.
you damn right. And she shouldn't have been acting like that because maybe she could have saved herself a trip from jail.
I feel violated. He went in my pussy. He touched my He went in my vagina.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Guys, you know that this is gonna go on Greatest Hits, right?
Yeah,
And
this
drop
might be
a
some
like
good
on the
sound
stream,
clips.
right?
Went in my vagina. Oh my! I swear to God.
Oh my
She's
word.
seen it. Yes,
You know
she
it's a
did.
crime to make false allegations
Oh,
like
it's
that,
not.
right?
She's seen it. Y'all seen it.
Yeah.
He went in my pussy and all that.
Look at that, guys.
No, she's screaming that he
And I
went
don't wear no
inside
white
her
trail, but you
vagina.
ain't gonna see me in no Seattle Seahawks.
Well, she should have went to the ground. He's screaming that, or she's screaming that you went inside her vagina and she witnessed it.
Look in my face. Look in my face. Look in my face. He's slamming against the wall. Yes. Look in my face.
Told you guys. I said it once. I'll say it again. You can Thanos snap 104% of B-dubs away, and the world would be a better place. I am dead serious, man. All of them can go.
You slam me against the wall. Look at my face. Yeah, you slam me. My face look fine.
Hey,
Let me out.
she's gonna grab the stuff out of your shirt. Is that okay?
No, just let me out.
Nope. Put your foot back in.
I ain't got no words or nothing. Let me go. Let me go.
I mean, I don't think she does. She does? Oh, see, I did not know that.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
See, I didn't know that. I would have never guessed that she had a friend.
So did you see us over there?
Yes, I did.
Would you say that we touched her inappropriately in any way?
Absolutely not.
Did you see her pulling away from us?
Yeah,
You did.
yeah, and you guys spun her around and put her up against the glass.
Did you see her arms and she was still not giving them to us?
Yeah, I tell you guys both.
So she's accusing
Trying to-
me of touching her inappropriately.
No, not a bit. No, I sat right here. I was pulled up. I was reading my book with my granddaughter. She works.
Guys, we just hit 100 likes. Appreciate that, guys. Thanks for that. And guys, can you imagine if there's no body cams, right?
Yeah.
This cop, he'd be cooked. Let's see.
Especially a black girl in Seattle.
Here we go, guys.
Okay, let me do a quick story.
Oh yeah, you guys know where we gotta go now, right?
I'm outside hoeing.
Yeah.
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside hoeing.
Right?
I work at Hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at Hoeing.
There you go. Look at this.
Time on what the fuck just happened. Like, we gotta start a story time on who the fuck did I just trick on? Cause who the fuck did I just trick on? Okay, so y'all already know me and these Seeking Licks. We sometimes we don't see the eye to eye, but every time I kind of see it through, I don't know. Like, y'all just
Don't sleep on seeking. That's all I'm gonna say, right? So, you know, I hate when they say the let's meet for dinner situation. So I was like, okay, let's meet for dinner. The fuck? Already in my mind, I'm finna pull a fast one. Twin Peaks is right in front of me, right? So I'm like, I'm finna just tell him Twin Peaks right here, room right there. So I'm finna just sit there, order me a to-go meal. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna just order me some food so I don't have to DoorDash later, put it in, and then take it to the room, right? Just a little to-go meal while he could get a drink or something, and then we could just go back to the room. It's 2 minutes. I'm not gonna take up more than 30 minutes of my time trying to do this, right? Mind you, we had discussed beforehand, you're gonna have to take care of me, right? So he get there. Why he pull up in a Ferrari, number one? I was like, what? Mind you, we're not in any type of city where that would be a rental, okay? That was most definitely not a rental. So he pulls up Ferrari. What the fuck is going on? So I'm like, okay, I could get some more money out this man. I'm finna play the game. So
Look at that, guys. Literal street walkers. Literally.
We sit down. I ordered my food. He was like, you want to have drinks?
I can't, guys. She goes on for like 6 minutes, right? Well, guys, look. Now, guys, look at this. This is a chick who works in a massage parlor. Look at this.
Extremely long day today. Woke up, got my kids ready.
Kids.
Went and got them breakfast. Took them to school. I decided to come home and not go to work till like 10:30, 11. Because I knew my ass was in for a double. One of my second shifters had car trouble. The other is on vacation and the other one is sick. And by any means, business has to be open. So I have a client, as soon as I arrive, $200, normal hour, got him in and out. Second client came around 12:31. We spent a half hour together and I literally want to say my tip was like $100, but my day's been so long I don't even remember. Left at 3, got my kids from school, took them home, fed them, boom.
So she's 304 with her kids are at school?
Yeah.
The regular, he gave me 400. Then I basically worked second for 2 petty ass clients, and I had to go back at 10:30 for another client that gave me 250. I lost count of what client gave me what, but I do record everything I make, and I ended the day making $800, which was BS because I damn near worked 10 hours. Some days I go in and make 800 by noon. Other days I am in and out all day, like today, because I have learned when I put numbers on my days instead of time, I do a lot better. How about y'all, but me?
Guys, that's what her soul is worth. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, it is
Isn't that
sad.
crazy, guys? And here, guys. Here's another one. Guys, I'm gonna do another high five video here. Just so you guys watch.
Out there with the 304 life and the nightlife and the spicy work. Please always protect yourselves because at the end of the day, nobody is going to really protect you or look out for you than you. You can even have, some instruction or you can have someone, the overseer over you if you catch my drift. But at the end of the day, you still have to really take care of yourself and really protect yourself because it's crazies out there. I came across this story where this girl was like, I don't know, on a podcast or something like that, and she was talking about how she was a overseer or she had a female that was getting money in that life and they was in Muskogee, this in like Oklahoma or something like that, and I guess they went to the play. When they got there, the girl said she had a bad feeling. She's like, this doesn't feel right or whatever, but the girl that took her there, the overseer, was kind of like, okay, well, I need to get some money or whatever case is, whatever the conversation was about, but the girl that was working still went to go see this client, basically. So when she went, I guess usually the girl, when she goes to see these clients or see a client, she'll text the overseer like, it's good, or she got the money, or I'm okay, or whatever the case is. But she said that the girl didn't text her back, so she said she waited like 10 minutes later, and so she went back there, and the girl was getting essayed, severely essayed. Basically, he was taking advantage of her. So she had to kind of somehow break into, she said it was a garage or something like that they were in. She had to break in there because she heard the girl like screaming and whimpering, and it sounded like they was tussling and things like that. She broke in there and, you know, pulled out her, you know, and told him like, hey, like, you know, you need to get off of her, whatever the case is, I guess long story short, she ended up tussling with the guy, and her and the girl ran out, and the girl was naked, no clothes on. And so she said when she went outside, her car was gone. I guess somebody took her car. I don't know if they was in a remote area or whatever the case was, but they ended up having to like run to like the nearest gas station. The overseer saw someone left their car unattended, so they got in that car, and she rushed her immediately to the hospital. She basically had to just leave the girl at the hospital because I guess everything else that transpired, the overseer had blood on her from the man with the thing. She was, you know, catch my drift. So the next day, or maybe some days after that, the guy ended up texting the overseer's phone because I guess she was doing the communication with the guy that, you know, essaying the girl that was working. So he texted the overseer phone and was like, yeah, B, and stuff like that, and woody whoop whoop. And basically he said in so many words, well, what he actually did say was that he has the big H, the uncurable H, and he goes around essaying women and giving it to them.
Damn.
He got it, and so he feels like, since I got it, I'm gonna just give it to everyone else. And so she said that she never really seen the girl, talk to the girl after that. Me, I would have been, if I'm an overseer, I would have been trying to check if she good, like what happened.
Dang, look at that, guys. Now here, we'll do one more. Look at this, guys. Look at this.
I was successful. I seen some of my favorite clients, and I want y'all to count the bag with me. So let's see how much money I made 304 edition. Okay, so starting with my first client. So he paid me 80 bucks.
Oh, God.
He didn't do that. Oh, my God.
Talk about making your skin crawl, dude.
20, 60, 80. And he also bought me Subway and filled my car up with $25. So I was very grateful for that because a lot of times, like, they want you to just go into the rooms with them. And a lot of times I'm not for that, you know. Anyways, my second client was from yesterday, which was the corner standard, in which he gave me $500, but I forgot to like update y'all with the total that I had made, and this is the 500.
Is this shit crazy? Guys, there are people out there who will recognize her on the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right? And just take all that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All you would have to do is type in like Kansas City 304.
I also got a $40 tip for being a good girl, looking cute, fly. I'm gonna have to update y'all with my video and pics on here as well. So stay tuned because y'all gonna see why the boys was in the yard looking for me. Y'all can't lie like this $40 don't come in handy because don't it? Exactly. Like, bitch, who don't love $40? But anywho, add to the collection. A fourth client paid me a whopping $120, and y'all, he just literally wanted to sit there and rub my feet. Rub my feet, bitch. That's right, rub my feet. You guys wish I had it like this. To include, he was the one who got my toes did from the beginning. That was that $50, even though my toes were $45.
Wow.
But yeah, I feel like he's obsessed with me, but hey.
Roblox, what's up, man?
As long as I'm getting this money and I don't have to do too much, I'm okay with that. And my fifth client of the day gave me a whopping $50. And y'all, at the end and the beginning of the day, I can't complain because the $50 was free. Simply just a here. Thank you for always being available for me. And I'm just like, okay. I usually try to do like 5 to 10 clients per day because I can make like good money, like between $2,500 and let's say $2,700. Yeah, like that's on a really good night. But girls, be a fucking renegade, they say. Be a renegade, they say. It's cool, but you know, I don't know. Sometimes I just want to get completely out of the game, but the fast money just like, it just keeps me going. Like, honestly, it keeps me going. So let's see how much the total is that I made for the day. So 150 150, 150, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 50, 770. So I made a total of 770. I feel like this was the start of the great week. Yes.
I thought she said she makes 2,500, right?
Yeah.
Was I wrong? No, guys, this is the last thing that we'll show. Yeah, this is it, guys. Remember this? You remember this?
And the production team, DJ, drop that track. It's number 3.
What?
Oh my god. You gotta replay that.
Why did she have the window down, for Christ's sake? Hold on.
What the fuck?
You could hear the money. Oh my god. Why was she wearing a mask too? You're being a 304 and wearing a mask.
Motherfucker just took my money.
Because this is right during the cough, you know. So, man, oh man, oh man.
All right, I've been minding my own business.
We've seen this one, but all right, you guys, I'm shut this bad boys down. And once again, guys,
Good night, everyone.
we have memberships, guys. You will see members only content dropping on the channel, guys. And yeah, guys, we will be live on Tuesday, guys. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, guys. So a lot of these Tuesday lives are gonna be people that I found on TikTok that are such a mess. This chick, snowboard preview. She's a female chomo that's a pastor. But she's doubling down and saying that her crime is not a crime, right? Grooming a child isn't a crime. And she's also some self-help guru.
Life coach.
Yes.
Oh
and
my
she
god.
fights for her life in the comments in every single post. Oh no! So guys, that'll be Tuesday. Guys, join the Discord. Check out the second channel, guys. Join the memberships, guys. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you, buddy. And guys, have a good one.
Night.
Bye, guys.
See ya.